Am I awake? Hello. Let's see who we have here in the side. G23, Vanessa Kitty, Andy, which should be here any minute. Bobby Barlow is here. Tactical Fud is here. West Covina Dodge is here. James Pullard is here so far. And we got Andy in the side here. It's probably going to be a short chat. Hot, tired. Yeah. Just Jeff is here.
Hello.
How you doing, Andy?
Good, I hope.
Better
than you, I think.
I'm all right. I'm going to make it. Yeah.
I'm just doing some typing here, catching up to saying hello.
Yeah, hello everyone on the side. Probably going to be short chat. Tin Man wanted to come on, but he can't come on for 2 hours. Trees of Blowing is here. That bearded guy is here.
Busy.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll be on long enough for Tin Man to come on. I don't know. Whenever I say it's going to be short, everyone comes on just to grind my bones, and keep me up for 10 hours.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I've been going at it since I got home from work yesterday to about a half hour ago. I have to stop vacuum clean the upstairs of the house because the cleaning lady doesn't. I don't want to up here with my computer office and stuff. So I'm done. I've been loading bullets off since last night.
All right.
Going to the range.
Yeah, I haven't done much reloading. I've been bad.
Ruger was of no help.
Oh, jeez.
They're not in. They're on vacation.
Oh, okay. They do that. Yep.
The whole week. That's nice. And I did find a video, though. And he was talking about he pulled his hair out for a few months, brand new one. And calling Ruger wasn't much help. And what he came up with was what I came up with. The barrel nut was not tight enough, and I thought I had it more than tight enough. That was the problem. That's what really got me going. And he talked about it. He says if you can feel you grab the gun and kind of wiggle, twist it, and you can feel that front half moving at all, you're shooting circles. And he said what he did was he did what I did, tighten it until the play went away. And then he went out and shot it. It was much better. Then he clicked it another click. And then he clicked another click, and then all of a sudden it was there. So I'm going to go find out tomorrow.
Okay, I'm curious. Uncle John is here. I hope you're feeling better today, Uncle John. If you're wanting to make caramel corn, you must be doing a little better. All right. So yeah, I haven't been reloading for a while. I got powder and different hoppers that have been sitting there forever. At least they're covered.
I never leave powder in a hopper. Never.
Oh yeah, I always do. At least Winchester 231. I probably shot stuff that had stuff in the hopper for like a year and a half.
Oh God.
Oh, I know a guy. He told me he had Winchester 231 in a shed in a 550, fully loaded, in just a moist shed in Washington, and he said he shot it like a year later, and it worked perfect. Some powders aren't so picky.
I don't think primers are either.
I haven't opened up a new can of 231 in a long time. I've been using the old stuff from 90s, that it's been opened. Yeah.
I shoot a lot. And anyway, so I did a ladder load for the NOE 76 grain slick slided 223 for my bolt action at low end. Then I went over to the AR. Funny how the overall length had to get shorter on the AR compared to the bolt. And I loaded up a ladder test with a Shooter's World tactical rifle, and the maximum load that they say, I only loaded 2 of those because it's supposed to be like 3,400 feet per second. So I don't know about that one.
What was the powder measurement?
Oh, the amount of powder was 25 and change.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm loading 24 with 55 grain jacketed, 55 grain jacketed bullets from, Hornady bullets, whatever. And I said, I don't know about that. I said, that case is like crunching.
Yeah. That sounds.
And so I got a ladder test from 17 grains all the way up to 24, and then 2 or 3 at 25. Just if 24 looks good, I'll shoot the 25s. But to see what's going to work in the AR.
Mm-hmm.
So I got about 80 bullets and 90 bullets loaded. I'll be shooting them tomorrow. Loaded up a bunch of my 170 grain lead, 100 and what the hell are they? 108 grains. What I forgot the number in zinc for the 38 special. Shoot out of the Dan Wesson with 38 special. Have a ladder load with the Winchester WSH powder that I use, and and I have a ladder test. It's about 30 bullets. That's all. But I said I'm going for broke, and I loaded another 50 at 4 grains even. 4.1 was max. So we'll see. I mean, it was coming out. The pressure, I figure what 18,000 is the PSI, and I was at 17,800. That's close enough.
Jeez. Okay, we got broke loaders here and reloader 762. Hello, guys.
So I'll be shooting those out, the semi-wad cutter. Those are nice looking bullets. I'll be shooting them. I got 25-year-old semi-wad cutters. I mean, full wad cutters that I used to target with, competition. They're 20 or 25 years old. I have about 2,000 of them. And I'm sighting in the red dot. That's what it's about. The pistol range is open.
Mm-hmm.
So I take rifle point number 3 and pistol point number 1. They're next to each other at the range. So I can set up right there and be done with it. But I have a good time at that range now. And I was digging through. I said, I don't want to take my big Dan Wesson case with me. I said, I know I got another box here somewhere, another carry case. So I found a smaller one. I open it up.
Yeah.
And I start removing all the foam out of it. And guess what I find in it?
What?
You'd never guess in a million years. 1979, my certificate from the NHRA to be an NHRA pistol and rifle instructor. I said, that's where that went. 1979. That's a long time ago. I forgot about the damn thing. You put something away, and it's not important in your mind, and you don't even look for it. You've never looked for it, okay? And then one day you're just doing things and you find something that you go, holy shit, I forgot all about this thing.
Yeah, I've found some stuff I looked for years, and it was in a rifle case, usually an AR case with all the the magazine holders and everything. All right, who did we miss here? Broke Loader, Fuzzy's here, Garage Guy, and Lakeview Outdoors. How you doing, Lakeview?
Hey, Lakeville, how you doing?
And for people that don't know, we've talked about this before. Scotsman's doing a fundraiser for Lakeview's wife, so everyone get over there and get on it. All right. I got confirmation from Scotsman today, and I replied back, snail mail. And he laughed. It took a week for him to get the check.
He didn't want Scotsman didn't want to take a PayPal. Nothing. Wanted to mail check.
Yeah, well, PayPal screws you over, and he's done this with different electronic sites, and one held another kind held his money, and it's just a big pain in the butt. It's easier for, at least this time, it's easier for him just to stack it up and then mail a check. Let's see. Thorzak's is here. Old one guy is here. Hope I got Hobby's Hobo. I hope I got everyone. Sorry, guys. A little delirious today.
Today?
Yeah, every day.
You took some fall, boy. You were lucky.
Oh, yeah, I got lucky. Shoulder's better. Don't think I have to go in for the shoulder, so it's getting better. I can still move it, and then but I'm a lot happier that it's better.
You probably expanded the socket, the socket that the shoulder goes into. You probably landed on it hard enough to it stretched it a little bit and let it come back, and you probably just sore as hell from that. Like if your shoulder goes out of socket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Back in,
It felt like a dislocated shoulder because I've had that before, except for when I landed, it pushed in and I heard a crack. And I don't think the crack was my chin. I think it was the shoulder because I was like this and I heard a crack. My ear was right next to it. And I was like, And then I had the wig completely over me. So I looked like this mushroom on the ground of hair. And my son's like, oh my gosh, yeah.
I was waiting to see pictures of your face all bloodied up or something. I said, how did you land face first?
No, I just got a big bruise right here on my chin. I have a cleft chin, so one side of the buttocks is bigger than the other. Black and blue.
You're lucky. We're lucky.
Yeah. I was very lucky because when you're younger, you're indestructible. Nothing hurts you. But when you're older, you got to think about it. You can't think like a kid. You got to be careful and go slower.
What you used to do all day takes you all day to do.
Yeah. And if you get injured, you have to move slow and be very careful. It's not like when you're younger.
Yeah.
So lots of ice. I'm fine. I think I'll be fine.
I'm going to close the door. Maybe it's echoing a little.
Let's see. Luckily, the wife didn't kick you while you're down. No, she wouldn't do that. No, she's fell before too. She knows what it's like.
Yeah, lately I start thinking twice before I do a job. Am I doing it the smart way or the stupid way before I start?
Yeah, that's right. He saw us here. Hey, what happened to my screen went crazy. So yeah, everyone go over to the Scotsman's channel, look at his video on Lakeview Outdoors, and let's take care of this because it's really tough when your insurance doesn't pay all the bills and they hammer you, and it's quite the racket. It's quite the racket they got. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. The only thing I have to say is when when I ripped my the shoulder muscles, ripped all three. I'm bad today. When I ripped all three of them off the bone, and I had just gotten free insurance from the state because I was listed as unemployed, and I went to they went to this big major surgeon in our area. They have 7 locations and only like 2 or 3 people that do the surgery, and one of them developed a procedure that almost everybody uses. But anyway, I went in. They accept the insurance. 0.
Mm,
0. I couldn't believe it.
yeah. Well, it was a cluster when the Obamacare crap came out because that really screwed us up. It cost us double with less coverage. Okay.
Yep.
The price went double with less coverage, and it was supposed to be for everybody. Yeah, right. It screwed all the people who work hard. It screwed all those people. So now we got crappy care and more money. And I never go to the doctor, so I avoid it like the plague. So it's like, why am I paying? You know, I tell the wife, don't pay this part. I'll just go out in the backyard and take a nap.
Well, it's it was the only thing that cost me was the physical therapy, and it was $25 every time I went. That was 3 times a week, though.
Yeah, I did go to the chiropractor, but I think we just paid out of pocket because it wasn't expensive. At least our guy wasn't. Did that about 4 years ago when I couldn't move my back at all. It was terrible, and it worked. The first time I've been to a chiropractor. I've been twice. He did a follow up and cracked me up, and that actually worked.
I went to chiropractors for years with my shoulder, and nobody could figure out where all my pain was coming from. I had the torn rotator cuff muscles,
Mm-hmm.
and what was happening, muscles in your neck and stuff start over compensating, and they pull your vertebrae out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody did the quick twist shot, to the neck, and I feel good 2 days later. 2 days later, I feel worse. And every time my insurance changed where I work, I had to go to a different chiropractor. I finally landed one out here, and I said, "Isn't there another way?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Why doesn't anybody else offer another way?" It's because most people don't care. I'm like, okay. And all it is like it's a spring-loaded plunger, and he loads it and he puts it on that vertebrae that's out. He just pushes the button and it goes snap. It's a quick thing. You might have to do it 3-4 times to move the vertebrae back, but there's no violent twisting. After 1.5 years with him, I was done.
Yeah, I've seen them use those on UFC fighters.
Yeah, and then they turned around. He said, I really think there's something else wrong with your shoulder, but I had nothing. I could do everything with my arm. I just had a lot of high shoulder pain.
Yeah.
And he finally convinced me. So I went to this company here. It's called Orland & Cohen. And he says, yeah, you got something going on there for sure. Let's get an MRI and we'll tell you exactly what it is. And I came back. He says, 2 of them are totally off the bone. One is hanging on by a thread. And he says, so we have to go in there and attach all 3 of them. I said, okay. And he says, while we're in there, we're going to do some scraping and whatever. I said, whatever you got to do. I mean, he says, well, arthritis in the shoulder, things like that. He says, you had this wound for a while, so arthritis built up. He says, we're going to go in there and clean it all out and everything else. And they went and did it, and it didn't cost me 1 penny.
Wow.
Not even the MRI, 0.
Yeah, I once had frozen shoulder. Have you heard of that?
No.
And so I go in because I cannot move. I can't function. I can't work. I go in, and the guy, he does the scan and everything. He's a specialist on shoulders. And he goes, I can't do nothing for you. And I'm like, what? He's like, you got frozen shoulder. You're just going to have to write it out. Sometimes it lasts years. Sometimes it goes away. But I can't do nothing for you. And it took a couple years.
So that's not the same as a cold shoulder then.
Well, probably cold shoulder, frozen shoulder. It's where it's like my shoulder feels now. There's nothing. It's sharp pains. You can't sleep on any side. You're not comfortable, and you can't lift your arm so high. And I was surprised you just told me no, nothing I can do about it.
Wow.
Luckily, it went away. Yeah.
Yeah, but it just go away. Were you doing something like an exercise or something?
No, it just happened suddenly.
Oh, I mean, I said, you did nothing to help it go away? It just went away?
You got to write it out. Yeah, there's nothing. You can try all the things you want, and nothing helped it.
So that's like a guy that takes 5 Viagra, so nothing you can do about it.
I would not know. I would not. I take an aspirin and a multivitamin a day, and that's it. So I would not know what that's like.
That's why I was trying to reference Uncle John. The cold shoulder comes from a woman.
Yeah.
And Uncle Jim didn't catch it.
All right, I catch it now. I'm still punchy, okay? I'm sorry. Your jokes are so dry it just goes over the monkey brain.
Well, it wasn't just I couldn't think of anything else to throw in there, so
Weird things happen when you get older. Here's another one. I got alopecia.
I heard that. What is that?
That's when you start losing hair in a spot on your head. Some people lose all their hair. Okay, so one day I'm like, what the hell is this? And I have a quarter-size bald spot on the corner of my head. And then it grew and it became a baseball. Then I had to wear a hat. There's no hair there. And there's really nothing you can do about that either. Now, I didn't go anywhere for that. I just read up on it and I'm like, I'm screwed. I'm going to look like hell with a half bald head. And so I'm trying, even my cap couldn't cover up the back of my head. It just grew and it got this big. And then all of a sudden, hair grew back. What the hell? Some people have it for life, after that. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Where I get the weirdest things happening. Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna have to set it, Uncle Jim. Somebody's got to set up a set of training wheels.
Yeah. When I racked my shoulder, I thought of Thorax because I can't shoot with 2 hands right now. So I'm like, oh, Thorax, son of a bitch. I got Thorax shoulder.
Well, you can shoot your 22, I guess.
Well, I can shoot one-handed, and I can lift it sometimes, but it's just now it's so much better after a week. It's just that when you move it in the wrong spot, like I put a shirt on and just started screaming,
Emotion, yeah, certain spot.
Yeah, it's just a dagger in the bone, just like taking a knife right in the bone and just twisting it, sharp. It's a nerve pain. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm glad. I thought something was chipped in there, but I think it's all right. It's getting better, so that's good. That's a good sign.
How's your elbow?
It's actually the swelling's gone down. So
you putting any ice on anything and helping yourself? You just say nah.
I iced the shoulder. I was taking up all the spots. So no, the swelling went down. I was very happy because elbows can chip and mess you up for good. And I was very happy. Nothing other than bruise there. It's good. It's really good.
You see, anybody see Jesse B's video? Broke load or something stuff?
Booze and Bullets.
Booze and Bullets. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
He said zinc shotgun slugs.
I know those. My reply was those are going to be going fast. Those are going to scream. Yeah. As long as you're smooth boring it and it's not oversized, which I doubt it is, it's going to be fun.
Hey, do you have to size a shotgun slug after you cast it?
No, I don't. But you use soft lead. Your barrel.
Oh, okay.
And it depends if you're using, because sometimes for accuracy, I'll use the pedals with like a hobo slug. I'll use the pedals with the slug and then ram it in the barrel to make sure it's not oversized. And then sometimes use without, like say if you have a choke, I'm talking open bore, smooth bore shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why the pedals help sometimes. It just conforms But with zinc, you want to make sure there's no, you test that in the barrel, and I wouldn't use the choke with zinc at all, any kind. Yeah.
No, that's too hard.
Yeah, but it would be, because steel shot will mess up chokes. You don't use steel shot. Or certain size slugs and stuff like that can also do it. You can use, I shouldn't say it like that, but depends on how tight your choke is.
So I'm really hoping that my testing of these 76 grain zinc bullets, which are 44 grains in zinc, everybody was talking about that last night about the bullets don't stabilize right. You don't have the right truth rate. I don't know. I was shooting them out of the bolt action testing, but that was at low velocity. I didn't get fast enough. I got to the point where it just was flying good. So now I finished that ladder test to see what happens tomorrow. But I'm going to be shooting out of the AR, so I'm going to find out how straight they're shooting because they're going to be moving.
Good.
I'm coming up with my own theory, but I don't know if it's right. I'm just saying I understand I'm not getting into all this ballistic coefficients and all this crazy stuff about the bullet. I'm not shooting 1,000 yards. Okay. So my point is a lot of people say 75 grain stuff doesn't shoot good in their AR because they don't have the right twist rate, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking the weight has something to do with it as well.
Bullet length. Yeah.
Well, I think it's the length and the weight.
Yeah.
I think if it was lighter in that length, I think it might fly through it.
Yeah, I told James because he was testing a 1-9 with 75 grain, and they were shooting great for him. And I told him I had a Rock River AR that was a 1-9 pre-band type, and it shot really good. It actually loved the 45 grain bullets, Winchester varmint. Anyway. That shot really good with 45 grain bullets, but I would shoot some 75 grainers, and all they do is they'd go to the right and a little bit of point of impact change, but they all group there. They just grouped at a different spot.
Well, again, it's a totally different velocity and everything else that they was shooting at, so it's obviously going to affect your point of impact, but I'm going with the thought that people are basing all this coefficiency stuff and bullet stabilization and stuff on the weight of the bullet. Okay, the weight of the bullet actually makes it bigger. The heavier it is, the bigger the bullet is. Yeah. So what if you take the bullet that's the same size and make it lighter? Will it react differently? That's what I'm questioning.
That is, and the proof is always just shooting it in your rifle and see what happens. I'm sure I had other rifles that were 1 and 9 that probably didn't shoot so good with heavies, but
But this is
I've just gone to 1 and 8 and 1 and 7 now.
but this isn't a heavy bullet anymore though. That's my point. It's 44, 45 grains.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after testing to see
I
if
know.
the bigger bullet and the light physical size versus weight, what the difference will be.
Yeah.
I could be onto something. I don't know. I'm gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I have the Colt Retro AR, like the Vietnam ARs that are 1 and 12 twist.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be curious to find out if those long light bullets shoot good in that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully have some results tomorrow.
Let's see, Cold Hearted Bastards here. Eagle Eye Shooting is here. Hey guys. Yeah, it always depends on your rifle. You know what I mean? Your barrel, your rifle. There are rules, but sometimes there's exceptions to the rules. It's like 44 Magnum in rifles, okay? Marlin lever actions are 1 and 38 twist. Rossi is 1 and 30 twist. Henry is going to 1 and 10, 1 and 20, and so is the new Ruger levers. Now, the Marlins don't like a 310 bullet. At least mine. That when you're shooting a big 310 bullet, it's not as happy as it is with a Keith bullet, which is the tack driver. And so it kind of depends on your rifles, though. And so I was curious, why is the Rossi 1 and 30 instead of 1 and 38? Maybe they. And then some people say, well, there's their limit, especially with suppressors, like 265 grain. But I'm not sure. It depends on.
Yeah, no, I get what. See, with me, I'm just basing on I have other rifles. Okay, now, yeah, 30-06 like big bullets, but I'm shooting a 180 grain bullet that weighs 113 grains. And it's fully stabilized and it shoots great. Okay. And it's the same in the 300 Blackout. It's shooting great. Yeah, it's, I can't tell you how the lead shot. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did shoot lead out of the 30-06 in the same bullet, but it also had a lot more powder behind it to make it work. So I got a lot less powder in the zinc bullet, and it's very accurate for me. So that's why I'm wondering what's going to happen when I test this. Because like James said, he tested it and he couldn't get it to stabilize. And go, well, yeah, but what were you loading it for? Right now, it's shooting out of my bolt, pretty damn good. Okay, it's 4.9 grains, whatever it was, no keyhole, 5.0 grains, and the group tightened, but it kept tightening, but I only was up to 5.3 grains, but it was a good group now. So now I'm going to bring it up to go to the next. From that point, I'm all the way up to 7 grains loaded in 1 grain steps. So I'm going to test that out tomorrow to see where the node is at that 5.3 level, and then it's got to have another node above it. And I want to see, when I've hit those nodes, what the accuracy is if it's worse with more powder or better with more powder. Okay, and then the AR test, I'm started at 19 grains of powder. Okay, and I'm gonna go up to, like I told you, I got a couple up at 25, but I think it's gonna work at around 21 grains of powder. It might really be shooting nice by around there. That's just my assumption. I don't know.
There's only one way to find out.
I will.
So I like to find things out for myself. I know Kenny does a lot of testing with every kind of bullet, all kinds of 22s, all kinds of twists. And the only way he finds out is doing it.
Yep.
So there are rules. Okay, to a degree, but then there's enigmas, and I love enigmas.
I mean, you look at that 147 grain, that Lyman mold, that we 90 grain in lead. I mean zinc. Kenny shot those. All right, and he
Yeah,
was
Mach
1,600 feet per second.
Mach 2 with his hair on fire. Yeah, I
And
know.
when they got to like 5.6 grains, the groups were tightening up, and it was going fast. It was already going faster than if you shot the same bullet in lead or a jacketed bullet. So it's it's 1,600 feet per second out of a whatever 5-inch barrel.
Uh-huh.
So
All right, we got Ozark here. He just cooked a great barbecue. I saw.
Oh, dude, beef short ribs, cooked the whole loin. Oh, Twine slapped me 3 times.
Oh.
is that good or bad?
Oh, that's good.
She slapped you on the butt.
That's right. Speaking of,
Hey guys!
Hey, Twines, how you
I
doing?
guess that's aluminum foil.
Trying to keep
Yeah, yeah.
jumping over into the kitchen, so we put aluminum foil up here. So hopefully,
We're in training.
yes.
Okay, Tin Man thought they were your windows, so he said the neighbors might think you have a crack house.
That's right. We
So, okay,
got breaking bag going on over here.
Yeah.
so it's just to keep them off of the counter or the.
Yes, if they jump through there, they can get on the kitchen counters, and that's not happening.
Yeah. So that just kind of it's whenever they get up close to it, and it makes noise and stuff like that. They love
Over on the back of the.
they love the windows.
Yeah. Duct tape works really good too, but it's a little messy getting it off.
They like the curtains too.
Oh yeah, the little one's named Pistol, and the Russian blue is Zilla, short for Godzilla. Sits up on her hind legs.
Yeah. She tries to bowl over on Pistol because Pistol's so much smaller, but man, Pistol don't take her crap.
Yep,
She stands up for herself.
Pistol's the run of the litter.
Yeah,
But yeah, she
they're a
holds her
deal.
own.
Hey,
They'll be-
Vanessa. Yeah, they are a deal of energy. I'm just so glad we got 2 of them because when they're like in separate rooms, totally away from each other, or if one's upstairs and one's downstairs, they just cry and cry, trying to figure out where each other are. It's really
Yes,
sad and adorable at the same time.
it's like having 2 young kids. They can play together too. Kids-
Yes.
Right.
Oh, they do all the time here.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're wrestling playing. Their game is I'm going to get your tail. So
Yeah.
they'll wrestle and they try to bite each other's tail. That's like the winner.
You got them potty trained, they know with the
Yep.
body. Yeah.
Yep, that took about 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned real quick when Leon was a kitten because we never had a kitten, and he would not eat if the poop box was anywhere on the same territory as the food. He was pretty picky about that.
They decided they were going to pick their bathroom as behind the wood stove, and it was actually the litter box fits perfect back there.
Yeah, there you go.
We've got one of those self-scooping litter boxes, and there's a plug back there and everything, so we're in good shape.
Eventually, we'll move it upstairs.
Yes, it'll go upstairs once they're fully acclimated to it.
Yeah, they'll find it once they figure it out. They'll just you can put it anywhere. Yeah.
They made their first adventure upstairs today. Even the little one can get up the stairs, and Twine had to work it, but she made it down the stairs. Gosh, I'm so full.
I bet you are. You cook so good.
Those, to me, it was a debate at the table. Twine still likes brisket better, but boy, I sure like those short ribs. It's like prime rib to me.
Let's see. Tin Man's here. M1A2 Abrams here. Chin is doing fine. Nothing broken. So no problem.
Dude, I saw we were in that little motorcycle museum today. We went to a sandwich shop. We had no idea that there was it was in the back of a motorcycle museum. And while we were waiting for our lunch to come out, I'm like, I'm gonna go piddle around. The guy, one of the owners was there, and half the bikes were there, probably 200 bikes in there, and no crotch rockets at all, mostly vintage bikes.
Yeah.
But they had those minis right there, and I'm like, oh, I got to send Jim some pictures.
Yeah, they had a little Rupp there. That's kind of when they kind of modernized mini bikes, and then they had the Hadakas, and I don't know. If
Yeah, and had the ape hangers on them.
Yep.
I thought that was cool, and yeah, I was like, Jim's from the Northwest. I was telling him about you. That's the Jim's from the Northwest. He's like, well, he knows Hadakas then, because they're made up in Oregon. So I didn't even get over to where all the Triumphs were and all the old racing bikes were, but
oh man, the old Triumphs would have been cool.
That one Ward bike, I figured out they're Montgomery Ward bikes made in Italy, and it was a little 50cc Triumph replica, or the old Triumph racers with the low slung race bars. He said, but this has been upgraded to a 65 SS or whatever it was called. But he had a buddy that he said those were sold in like the old, there were no dealerships for them. So like somebody, if you owned a Western Auto or an old Tasco or whatever, that's where they sold those bikes. And he said he had a buddy that owned a building. It was an old Tasco, been shut down for like 15 years. And they're like, let's clean this thing out and get it ready. And that bike was still had paper on it, was in the back. So it had 32 original miles on it.
Wow.
It was what, a 68, something like that.
That's cool.
He was like, we didn't touch it. He said, we took the heads off and oiled the rings a little bit, made sure, everything wasn't caked up, and put them back on, filled it up with oil, put gas in it, and off they went.
Oh, West Covina Dodge is saying, don't let them shut down the chat before I get back. Tin Man's going to be an hour. I don't know, guys.
The short ribs were the whole loin on the bone. So you get the 4 big beef ribs, and I like them better. One, they're a lot easier to smoke than brisket. I put them on, 9 hours, and they were good to go. Wrapped them up in paper, put them in an ice chest for an hour to rest. And buddy. Andy, you heard any more from Taco on the zinc pot?
No, nothing out of him. But I'm still curious that if it's going to be enough heat to melt zinc, because that coil is. I mean, I don't know what the rating of the pot is, but the pot itself is physically larger than the Seiko or the old Wyman pot. And I mean, the Seiko pot only holds 8 pounds of lead.
Right.
Right. So it's tall, but it's skinny. And the Lee mold, that pot's pretty big in diameter, and it holds 20 pounds, 18 pounds. So
right.
I don't know if that's enough you won't be able to fill the pot all the way. You probably have to work half pot.
Well, he wants to make it where the aluminum pot on the inside comes out, and you drop the still one in, and you use the rest of the components.
But you have to get I think you're going to need to double coil it.
I don't know. I know that still doesn't transmit. It'll hold heat better. It doesn't transmit it as fast as aluminum. We'll see.
Oh yeah, it takes 45 minutes to an hour for my Seiko or the Wyman pot to heat up enough to cast.
Elvis Ammo was doing zinc in this 420 pot. Heck, he was doing that video where it ate through the pot.
Yep.
It was
the pot
everywhere.
I think he was the first to find out. Oops.
Yeah, zinc and aluminum react to each other at temperature.
He took one there for the team. Saved a lot of people.
But at least he had it on a tray like Jim uses, the aluminum sheet metal trays. restaurant trays.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do too. But still, it's like it's I don't know. I mean, I think the idea is great, but I think you're going to have to add more coil to it. I don't think it's going to be enough. But Elvis added a second coil. He showed you how to do it in one of his videos.
Oh, did he add a second coil to it?
Yeah, he just put it right above the other one, drill a couple of more holes, and attach the wires. That's it.
Oh, really? He used the same cords? He didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. You could add 3 then if you got enough.
And the pot is only like 800 watts max. So,
Yeah, but what's the amps it's pulling? That's what you gotta consider for your wires to get hot.
So it's my wires, the pot, the Seiko pot that doesn't get hot at all. The wires,
right,
at 800 watts. Okay, so I don't know. I mean,
hair dryer is 1500 watts. So
I was going to hook up a second, thinking of trying to get a second coil on the Seiko pot. I may have to take the outside covering and cut a hole in it one place where the band clamp meets and run it its own power.
okay.
Because I have 220 amp outlets in the garage on separate circuits, and they're only like 6 feet apart. So
there you go.
I could run 2 coils, no problem, on a 20 amp circuit. But I think I can run 2. I think 2 coils will run on a single 20 amp circuit, no problem. And I made my own power cord. It's made out of 10 gauge.
So I can run that hot plate and a 420 pot on the same outlet.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
That's the same with me. So that's what I'm saying. I figure the hot plates, I think it's like 500 or 600 watts. So between that and the other, it should do it no problem. So we'll see.
Yeah. Kenny, we need Trump back for your 401 or any investments. When you're retired, that's what you're living off of. And
yeah,
bad.
The market's come back pretty good this year for me, but it ain't where it was.
No, it skyrocketed with Trump. It went.
It took the COVID shit.
Yeah. Yep. You just got to hang tight and hold on to what's left there so it can grow again.
Yep.
Or shift it, but that's risky too. I mean, yeah. A lot of people think, well, I'll invest in windmills and solar. Well, not so fast.
I tell you what, they're all over Texas now. Good God. I spent 2 weeks down there. There are windmills and solar farms everywhere down there. They're paying the price for it too. They got rolling blackouts and all that crap going on.
That's what they're going to find out, and it's all Chinese. So
I just can't believe they don't see the stuff ahead of time. How can they? Oh, that sounds great. Let's do it. Wait,
it was called government grant money. The federal grant money is why they were doing it.
Yeah, and they're not. That side of politics is not good with money, as we know. Well, you got a guy that can't even speak a sentence. Okay.
Speak a sentence. You can't put 2 words together. Anyway, we're here off of Long Island. They want to put all these wind farms up in the water, and it's like everybody's screaming about it right now. They're starting to do surveys on these dead whales. There's been a lot of dead whales in the last couple of years, more than ever before, and they're blaming it on the not so much the use of it, but the installation of it, the pounding that driving the pylons into the ocean floor is somehow doing something.
The transmission cables under the water mess up their navigation too. They're saying.
Yeah.
There was some military stuff that also screwed them up back 20 years ago.
Just amazing that. Let's do it anyway. Why are the whales dying?
Well, they don't care as long as the money's flowing.
Yeah, but the stupidest thing in the world is that when you read up on what one of these things costs to put up, they say it never produces the energy of the cost of putting it up.
Well, here's what my sister's who lives down in Texas, all these neighbors and stuff that have allowed them to, they're like a 10-year lease, and those generators are only good for about 10 years, and that's what it takes for them to pay themselves off.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
hole.
When they're done with them, the people whose land they're on, it's yours. It's if you're lucky that it's still running, but all of a sudden you're responsible for taking the damn thing down or replacing it or whatever. So you're stuck with the bill. All this money, they're getting all this money up front, but then they're stuck with it in 10 years. So it'll be interesting to see when all that stuff starts floating through.
Well, they're saying they don't last. They really don't last that long. They're saying they burn out constantly.
We're not there yet. Batteries are not environmentally friendly. We're not there yet. So drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill.
We have one of those stores that sells e-bikes. Okay.
Oh, they're all over the place up here with all these.
Well, the one that we had over here went up in smoke. One of the batteries went.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I was talking to a client and he was bragging, yeah, I did 10 miles on my bike today. And his wife goes, you have an e-bike. Well, I still did 10 miles on it today. The grandsons of Sam Walton have spent millions and millions and millions of dollars putting mountain bike trails all over Northwest Arkansas. So now we've surpassed Colorado in the mileage of mountain bike trails. And they're all concentrated in these two counties. So between the paved trails and the mountain bike trails, we've turned into the mountain bike capital of the world now. So they're freaking everywhere.
The mountain lions are going to eat good.
That's right.
There's a lot of people on those bikes that get attacked by mountain lions. I don't know about Arkansas, but yeah.
Oh, bobcats maybe, but not too many cougars around here, except for ones with money.
I mean, cats love moving objects that are meat. Oh well.
Yeah. They if you're in Bentonville and all of a sudden a helicopter's going off with two mountain bikes strapped to the skids, that's the Walton brothers. It's turned into a craze for them, but hey, the community is feeding off of it like crazy. All these B&Bs, Airbnbs going in, people putting bike washes and storage rooms with extra security in them, because some of these folks are coming in with like carbon fiber bikes and all this other stuff that are worth $25,000-$30,000. They want high security for their bikes, so people are doing it and they're getting the money for it. Gosh, we've probably built 14 B&Bs in the last 2 years just surrounding the mountain bike trails. Either converted houses or built them.
Yeah.
Yeah, another fad.
Hey, they're giving back to the communities the way I see it. You know, the money they're investing, the whole community is benefiting off of it.
Yes, absolutely. It's the same thing here. The range that I go to, we have new owners. They took over last year in November, I guess. And I haven't been there since. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I was there. And they clean this place up tremendously. And they haven't even scratched the surface of what they're going to do.
Oh, that's good.
So they came in with bulldozers and they leveled everything. They dug the berm out and sifted the lead out and zinc, and everything's nice and clean. And they're working on the canopies. They're going to redo all the canopies. The pistol section is now open again. Thank God that open. I was there a couple of weeks ago. That was open, and I said, "Oh, good. Next time I come, bringing my 357 that sighted in the red dot that I put on it 2 years ago.
Is that an allowed accessory
Yeah,
in New York?
yeah, it's allowed.
Was it New Jersey that doesn't allow red dots?
I have somebody. Yeah, I don't know if it's New Jersey, but yeah, I heard that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Red dots are an illegal accessory.
Yeah, it's you know. I can understand maybe saying you don't on a laser sight legal. Okay, maybe because the laser you could be pointing, hitting people in the eyes with or something like that, just playing around. You know, like they shot up.
Then you're pointing a gun at them. So.
Yeah, I know, and you point a gun at them too. But still, it's like but yeah, I took my Dan Wesson. A guy makes a clamp on Picatinny rail for it.
Yeah.
And, nice and easy. Well, it only goes on the vented rib.
Yeah, the rib of the 15, Model 15.
Well, it could be 2-inch. The 2-inch has a vented rib too. So
Yeah.
any of the barrels for the 15 VH.
Yeah, the 14 doesn't have a rib, so it'd have to be the 15. Yeah,
Right.
like a Python type deal. Yeah.
Right. And so it was only $45. It wasn't bad. And it really does the job. It really designed right. And mounted it on there. It's solid as can be. I basically have one of those laser end of the barrel things. It gets me close. So let's see where I am when I go shoot it tomorrow.
I get you one of those Crimson Trace grips and put on there. And...
I don't think they make a Dan Wesson one. Yeah.
Not as many Dan Wessons out there as there are Smith K-frames, huh?
Grips were always kind of an issue, but luckily some of the Dan Wesson grips feel good. So
Well, I have the Pac Myers on mine.
okay.
And,
What's up, Warsaw?
What's up? Not a whole lot, man. We'll say this though. I'm happy about that Canadian smoke finally clearing up.
Oh,
The Canadian smoke. Did you see where Fuzzy did a video that all the dust from
there's a desert.
from the Arabian Desert is coming and wiping out like southern U.S. All the way to Texas? Big dust cloud.
Yeah. Southern all the way to the East Coast.
All the way over the ocean. I guess it's happened before, but I don't remember that.
happened last time we had it El Nino. I remember that the haze that we had, we were like, dang, is Oklahoma blowing this way? But it was actually, it wasn't the Middle East, it was Africa. Yeah.
Yeah. My thought was, why doesn't it go up to Canada and give them a taste of their own? You'd think it'd be raining more in Canada, you know? Oh, well.
El Nino years, they have their drought going on. Well, hello, Pistol. Okay. This is Pistol. Oh, hey, where you going?
Hey, you got a little kitty cat?
Yeah,
It's a mini moo.
this is Pistol. And the other one, Godzilla, is a Russian Blue, but they're out of the same litter. This one's the runt.
All right.
But holds her. Yeah, my neighbor had 2 females show up at their house in 2 weeks, and had one of them had a litter 1 week, one of them had a litter the next. So they went from 1 cat to 13. They had their Tom, and then these 2 females showed up. They both had 5 in their litter, so I had 13 cats all of a sudden.
Yeah, you got to have them spaded because cats don't mess around.
And I've told him, I said, you know, that Tom will bring those cats around, because he's like, hey, come to my house, be my girlfriend.
That's right. We had to neuter Leon because he was a crazy man. Yeah, he was crazy.
Whew. But yeah, their Tom is an outdoor cat, but yeah, he's bringing all these all these mamas to his house.
Mhm.
We got food, we got groceries. Come on, good place to raise your kids.
Take care of your mice for you, though.
Oh yeah. Well, they didn't want him to go feral, so they found. Well, we took 2 of them, but they've gotten rid of 7, so they got 3 left. And so, yeah, Twine's dad's like, I know how to fix them.
Yeah.
A 22 or a 20 gauge fix.
That's so bad. So bad.
So yeah,
I mean, I can see
it's bath time.
yeah. If they're really grungy feral cats that are, mangy and everything, I can see that, but not the good cats.
Well, up at the farm, everybody feral cats in their barns to keep the mice and rats out of their hay and all that.
Yep, it keeps it in check. That's why snakes are good and hawks are good and owls and all that stuff. Otherwise, go crazy. Minnie tried to bring another chipmunk inside the house 2 days ago. So I had to stop that.
Well, we've decided that these are, because we've got bobcat fever around here, which killed our last cat, that we're going to just have them be indoor cats. All right, now this is Godzilla right here.
That's the Russian.
She's
Yeah.
HD. Yep.
Looks like a fox for a
She's
minute
been an
there.
acrobat. Holy. Yep. Speaking of, my son has a family of fox living in his backyard. Oh yeah, rub my chin. Got a family of foxes living in his backyard. His doodle left his tennis ball in the backyard, and he got a video of the foxes out playing with that tennis ball. Then eventually ran off with it.
Awesome. Let's see, 6-shooter Texans here. Hey, 6-shooter. What were you going to say, Andy?
I said hi, 6-shooter Texan.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so I don't see any of the side chat.
Yeah.
This one locks the attention.
Almost looks like a fox, straight on.
Oh,
The ears.
yeah, Russians got those big old ears.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for their claws. Those things are sharp as hell.
Oh my gosh, they're little and needle teeth.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I got scars. Okay, we just made ourselves comfortable. Run on my chest.
Yeah, I put a little shelf up for Leon because it's really hot out at night. And so
Right.
we have the master bath window cracked open, and he gets on the ledge, but he's too big for it. But he'll just sit there huddled because it's nice and cool and listen to the varmints out in the grass. So I put a little slip-on extended shelf for him. Now he's really happy. So he can just chill right there instead of his perch.
I got some carpet today, and we're going to build them a cat tower over in the window so they can sit out, sit up high and look out the window.
You're going to need that for them scratching
Yes.
posts.
Yes, we picked up 2 rolls of 1/4-inch rope to wrap around the 4x4 post. I got some cedar 4x4 posts left over from the deck.
Yeah, well, I tried the rope. You saw the one in our living room. I tried the rope, and they liked the carpet better. So I went with carpet on the outside.
Oh, okay.
And Leon goes after that thing every night. And then you got to trim their nails, of course. Their front nails, you got to trim.
Yeah. they'll curl over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get. You can tell when they need a trim.
It's bath time.
Jim, you want to hear a crazy story? It involves nails.
A story about what?
Metal ones or cat ones?
Cat ones. So my buddy, he pretty much has a cat, right? Well, his other buddy offered to, watch over his cat for a day, and he said, "All right, fine." Well, he's out of town, and he actually realized that his cat's thinking for a little bit, so it's like, all right, maybe I should give his cat a bath. And next thing you know, he's picking up the cat, putting a tub on. Guess what? The cat's like literally digging their claws into his arms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he tells his buddy, "What did you do, buddy?" I gave your cat a bath. Yeah, don't ever do that.
Gave your
again."
cat a bath.
They're pretty much self-cleaning unless
Right.
get a hold of a rat. Leon got into a skunk a couple times.
Uncle John's talking about Buddy the brew dog, my dachshund, who begged you to give him some beer. And it better not be any like Coors Light or Ultra or anything like that. He wanted real beer.
Yep. But no, the claws from his cat actually went like half inch deep into his arms.
Speaking of beer, Broke Loader, I think it's his last video. He's gardening, pulling potatoes, right? And he's got this local cat that comes over every time he's in the garden. And in the background, you can see that he left his beer, okay, over to one side. And he's picking and he's talking. And you see at the end of the video, you see the cat come over and lick inside the can. He's drinking the beer.
Yeah. Buddy get to drinking my homebrew. And after a while, his hind legs would walk faster than his front legs.
Uncle Johnny calls him Garden Buddy. Yeah.
You see, Bud Light's losing a lot more money now.
Wall Street Journal reported last week they've lost 26% of their market share.
And, yeah, that seems late.
Modelo has now passed them as the number one beer in the world.
Now, what's the other one? Now, there's this ice cream shop called Ben and Jerry's. It's getting so political now.
Yeah, they've always been political. Yeah.
They need to go.
There's all kinds of stuff out there, but it'll backfire on a lot of people.
Isn't Ben & Jerry's another Seattle company?
I don't know, but I know they're political. They've been like that ever since they started. So,
Well, I won't be buying any of their ice cream.
I can't afford that anyway. Here you go. I think that's safe.
PBR.
You know what? I hate to say it.
I
I wish somebody would sabotage their ice cream by turning up the thermostat in that freezer, making it melt.
And after hurricane. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And man changing diapers and Pat's out to dinner.
Yeah, I liked Ozark's old brewing videos. Yep. In the backyard. Yeah.
Yep. You've got one of my labels that I called it the Irma L because that was the day Hurricane Irma hit Florida.
Yep, I got it on the wall of the reloading room. Isn't it framed? I think it's framed. Yes.
I think so. Yeah, I sent you some of the labels.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, I do have something for you, Jim. I'm going to send you with those cases.
Oh, yeah. I got to send you what you left behind when you ran to the airport.
Yeah.
And do you have the Lee 200 grain 45?
Oh, I do have that Lee mold.
Okay, I got to figure out what else to throw in there.
I got some
Ooh.
some Duke's mayo.
Yeah,
I forgot to look for that today. Amazon sells it, so it's not hard to get.
Yep, it's not hard.
Amazon.
We picked it up at Walmart.
someone told
Amazon.
me up north. Somebody told me up north, one store has it. So, yeah.
I forgot to look for it. I gotta go remember to do that when I go to Walmart next time.
I'm a Hellman's fan. Duke's is too sweet for me.
Yeah, I usually eat Hellman's, and Duke's is just, it's different, but I'd put it up there with the, I'm just used to Hellman's, so I'd put it up there with it. It's just a little different.
Wine's a Miracle Whip fan, which I can do Miracle Whip, but there's some things I don't want it in, like deviled eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, that's sweet and tangy. Yeah.
The craze around here now is fried deviled eggs. They take the egg whites, you do them like you regular do, and but before you put the filling in, you roll them in flour, egg wash, and panko, and then fry the egg whites. Then you put the filling, so you got a crunchy.
So you can build up that cholesterol. You got to dunk them in oil.
Kind of like Lucy Joy down here that batters and fries the rolls.
Shopping, man. All right, I was gonna ask you. Remember before Amazon came out, it was always eBay.
Yeah.
eBay was the only site to shop on.
Yeah, well, Amazon definitely got huge.
Amazon was only a bookstore back then.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bail. I gotta get up early for the range. So.
Okay, it's good to see you
All right.
getting out to the range, and I know you got a lot to test, so that'll be an interesting chat next week. And videos.
Well, hopefully, I haven't set up to bring a camera with me to the range yet. Okay, but I will be target videos anyway. I'll bring targets home and
the aftermath. Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be good. Anyway, everyone have a great weekend. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Good night, Andy. Have a good one. Have fun tomorrow.
I hope so.
James asked about the cranky molds. James, I have not done a whole lot. We, at 55 years old, I decided to have a third business. So we've been trying to get our new company up and going, and I've been having to go through certification training and all that. We bought a restoration company, and getting certified, getting open, and all that. That's where I've been.
And you're coming off a remodel and house. So
well, still got that company, and then we've got a real estate development company. Our townhomes are still selling that we're building. And
no, I'm talking about you're coming off doing your own house, which tears you up right there. That tears you up enough.
Yeah, we got the shop built. Now we've been too damn busy. But Twine is going independent. She is end of July is her last day on the job, and she is going independent. So,
all right.
Anybody need the assistance of an accountant? Give her a holler.
All right, cool. I didn't know she was an accountant.
Yeah, she's a CPA, full-blown CPA.
Wow.
And she is not going to do taxes because all of her maker friends that she's picked up business from are all over the country. And, every state is its own entity when it comes to taxes and crap. Even like Kansas City and Missouri, you have to file city income taxes there.
Yeah.
So she's getting in a network with other CPAs to handle folks' taxes. And generally, if you're in business, you want a different accountant to handle your taxes that handles your books. So it's just a nice safeguard to have.
Cold-hearted bastard says KC sucks. I've never been there. My wife and son drove through there. I would have tried their barbecue to see what the difference is. Yep.
The World War I Memorial and Museum there is really cool. I mean, really cool. My stepdaughter lives there, so it's only 2 hours for us to get up to Kansas City.
How's their barbecue?
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
They use charcoal and they put sauce all over everything. I'm more of a Memphis style dry rub fan. If I want barbecue sauce on it, I'll dip it in.
Afterward, yeah.
Or squeeze.
Yeah.
Now, the one exception to that is chicken. When you got 5 minutes left on the chicken, I slathered that sauce all over it. And I want it all over my face and hands and everything.
Yeah.
I love barbecue sauce on chicken.
Yeah, especially wings and stuff.
Yeah, I like wings. I'm a dark meat fan. Barbecuing ribs, doing 16 chicken legs tomorrow. Where is Cranky?
Cranky goes to bed early now, so we haven't seen him on chats for a long time. He's in bed when we start, so he, getting up early. I think he gets up at 4. Doesn't he get up at 4? I've seen texts from him at 4 in the morning when I'm going to bed.
Well, he gets up 5 o'clock East Coast time, so it's 4 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock your time.
Yeah, because I'll see him texting or whatever when I'm still awake. So yeah, we just have off times. Tin Man, this is a short chat. You better get your butt on here.
Right.
And West Covina, he might come back from the store and we're gone again. That's happened to him a few times.
Oh, I thought he was going to dinner. He's going to the store.
I don't know. He's just going out. You know how he always goes out at this time.
Looking for some snuff packets.
I don't know. Probably some good food, something like that.
We had a little Mexican joint open up here in our little town, and Abuela, who's about 4 feet tall, back in the kitchen. Oh, best gordita I ever had in my life. They're like, it takes a little bit longer because she makes the papooses to order. I'm like, bring it, baby. Oh,
yeah.
God. Good.
Longer is good. Yeah.
Yeah, a true gordita like that, they take the papooses and split them open, then stuff them with shredded beef. Oh, God almighty. It ain't Tex-Mex. This is Mexican food. It was good.
I love Mexican food.
Real
Yeah.
Mexican food. Yeah.
Real Mexican food, and I'm having the mole next time I'm going.
Have any of you been to Mexico before?
Yes. The I prefer true Mexican over Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex has got chili and cheese all over everything, and about the only thing that's crossed over equally is fajitas.
So, Jim, you've been to Mexico?
Nope.
Nope.
No. And I won't go now because it's too iffy.
Well, the cartels,
No.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go back.
There's a lot of Cancun and stuff, safe places just for tourists, right?
Even now in Cancun, they're telling you to stay on the resort.
Yeah, my wife, my in-laws were down there, and they're old. I probably told this story before, and they had a camper, and they get surrounded by federales, and they had to pay. They had to pay big time just to keep going. Yeah,
Oh,
that's where I want to be. Yeah.
my sister-in-law went with a group of gals down to Cancun, and one of them had 3 cartons of cigarettes in her suitcase, and she got shaken down.
Oh yeah, they could have thrown her for smuggling. Yeah.
And these were federales too that did that to her. And finally, she was like going, "What do you want?" They were like, $200 fine.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
That's all you're gonna do is ask him, "What do you want?" So I can be left.
yeah. After farting around for hours, she just finally says, "What do y'all want?"
Money.
Yeah, $200 fine, and you can go. And she whipped out $200 in cash, and off she went with 2 cartons of cigarettes. So,
No,
Yeah, Mexico, man.
that's funny.
because you're only allowed to bring 2 cartons into the country, so that was their reason for shaking her down.
Well, I'm sure they were smokers. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, that's exactly why I avoid country.
they're Virginia Slims. That's what was funny about it. So
Yeah, you would think smokes are cheaper in Mexico, but they might not have her brand. Yeah.
there's no telling. It's just an excuse to pull you over.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, going out in Cancun like we used to do, going to on the booze cruise and to Senor Frogs and all that, I wouldn't do any of that. Catching cabs, not anymore.
What's the other country? Cuba. Communist Cuba.
Cuba?
I don't think that'd be a smart idea.
That used to be a cool place when they had our casinos there. But
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
flew over Cuba going to Jamaica, and the beaches there are absolute. I mean, they're white like North Florida beaches.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful, big, huge beaches.
yeah. Yeah, that was awesome before they had Vegas, that was the place. That was the cool place to go. And then all the skyjackers went to Cuba. Okay. They just skyjack a plane. I want to go to Cuba, and they're like, okay, don't hassle us both.
That or they bail out of the plane. So there you go.
Late 60s, early 70s, that happened a lot. And that's where DB Cooper came from. He's like, okay, I'm going to do that, but I want money. And I want you to just let me jump off of this thing.
How much cash did you have, Jim?
It's 200,000,
200,000.
which is like $1 million and change nowadays, million and 1.3 or something. I don't know what it was nowadays. I don't know if you did it for the money though.
Me and Twine got this thing going right now. I guess it's the slow season in the casinos, and we've got a little tiny Indian casino like 20 minutes from our house because we're only like 10 miles from the Oklahoma border. So they sent us this deal where we can use once during the week and once on the weekend, go over and do free play. That's why we were over in Oklahoma today. So we go in, you have to pay your $40 worth of free pay. So today, during the week, we walked out with $37. Today, we walked out with $78. We're not putting any of our own money in. So
That's
right
good.
now, we're net $200 on their free play coupons.
Yeah, that's good.
$208. So yeah, that's why we went to the sandwich shop over in Oklahoma. Saw all those motorcycles.
It's fun to gamble sometimes, It's fun. Some places are a rip, other places are very generous. And cards, obviously, you got control of everything.
They only have cards. This is a tiny one. They only have cards on Friday and Saturday there.
Yeah, some of the best places are the beater places in Reno where the locals go. You always find out where the locals go.
Well, that's what we did when we went to Vegas and stayed at Pat's. We did the Strip and did Caesars and MGM and all those down there.
Yeah.
And then we went to the little local casino where there's 6 tables in the vaulted, duct tape on the chairs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they had single deck blackjack going on there. Well, when you got 5 people at a table with single deck blackjack, you can just watch the face cards and see what way to go. And man, we had a blast there.
Yeah, I
Like
like
an
it.
that hadn't been cleaned out in 7 years.
Yeah, and they're probably using carpet from other casinos, recycled.
Well, that's like what I said. There were cigarette burns on the felt,
Yeah. Yeah.
and,
Oh,
and duct tape on the chairs.
yep. Holy crap! I just got a bout of vertigo again. Ooh.
Oh, they're 20 millimeter cigarettes, with about a 2-inch ash hanging out of their mouth. It was just typical. But small casinos, I walk around and look playing because they turn the sound off most of the slot machines, but you pay attention to the ones that have the bells that buzz and carry on because they want people to hear those bells because it gets I can win. Well, you pay attention to which machines where the bells ring, and that's when I go in. Those are the machines that I play.
Yep.
So they got better odds.
Yeah, just don't play the Wheel of Fortune. I guess that's the biggest scam one ever.
Well, any of the name brand ones that are like Wheel of Fortune or Indiana Jones or whatever, they have to pay royalties to those, so the odds aren't as high.
Mm-hmm.
But when's the last time you saw a cigarette machine in anything, in any store? This has a cigarette machine.
Wow, nice.
You got to put in your ID, then you put in your money, and and your ID to make sure you're 21.
Yeah, I was watching a. You put in your ID. That's funny. I was watching a movie the other night, and I go, "Man, cigarette machine." And one of the guys in the movie went to the cigarette machine. I'm like, cigarette machines were everywhere when I was a kid, right? And nobody bought by the carton because there was a machine everywhere you looked. You're never going to run out, So they just bought a pack at a time.
Every restaurant I worked in where I did my apprenticeship, we had 2 cigarette machines. We had one in the bar and then one in the lobby. Yep. You put your 8 quarters and or your 6 quarters, whatever the price was at the time, and pull the knob.
Yeah. I know all the machines are gone, all the classic machines. It's too bad.
Well, this little casino still got slot machines with spinners.
Yeah. There you
Most
go.
of it is digital, but they got machines that are spinners. I saw one today that I'd never seen before, a $3 slot machine. I've seen 1s, 2s, and 5s, but I've never seen a $3 machine.
Wow. Yeah,
they got the high roller
machine. Yeah,
the high roller corner has the.
You're breaking up a little.
I said the high roller corner has $5 machines. It doesn't have a high roller room, just a high roller corner. Twine's gotten on her chat upstairs. That's probably where my bandwidth is going.
Yeah. Yeah. Thorzax, I remember 50 cents for a pack of smokes.
When I quit smoking, it was like $17.50 a car. $17.50, I think, was the last carton I bought. And that was Marlboro Lights is what I was smoking at the time. Or Winston Lights, I can't remember. I switched from Winston Lights to Marlboro Lights.
Yeah, I used to smoke Winston Lights. Don't know how I got off the lights, but once you do, you're like, can't go back to light. It's kind of like beer.
Where I did my chef's apprenticeship, the general manager smoked Pall Mall filterless 100s. So in the evening, everybody's chilling in the bar and he's talking to you, and he's like, "Yeah," always spitting out a little spitting tobacco out.
That's how they used to be. Lucky Strike, Camel.
I smoke Pall Malls. It give me a buzz. Pall Mall red filterless 100s. What he smoked.
I know when Jerry came over here, I was rolling my own, and at the time, no filters on them. These are home rolled too, but they got filters. And I go, Jerry, hey, you want one of these? And he's like, no, no.
I got to drive home.
He had his own. He's like, nope. Especially if you lick that sucker, I ain't having it. No.
My dad had one of those machines where you put the paper in and then the filter and packed it and then pulled the lever and it had a little slot where you took your sponge or whatever and ran over the little slot. I remember him rolling his own for a while. He had that. He got that way back when he was in the Army.
You know what's another thing you don't see anymore is rubber machines in the bathroom.
Oh no, they're all over the place. Every convenience store around's got them here.
Oh, they do? Okay, in the South, they probably still have them. I haven't seen one forever.
Oh yeah,
that's hilarious, though.
the ones that crack me up. You go into like a Flying J or a Pilot. You know, they're the big truck stops, and they're really clean. They don't have the condom machines, but they got the cologne misters. It's like 3 feet off.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, if I'd have to like bend over and hold my shirt up. But $1 per squirt of cologne. I'm like, somebody figured that out.
And you remember the combs and the goo, the jars of goo? Oh yeah. They put combs to brush your hair with.
Oh, yeah.
And the jars of goo, yeah.
And the sanitizers, yeah.
That's pretty gross. That's like bowling shoes. It's gross, people. Yeah. That's pretty funny. I miss the rubber machines just because it's funny, you know.
Ribs.
And they make them high enough so the kids can't operate them, you know. So the kids can't they make them high enough for the kids.
Dad, what's?
I know. What is this balloon? Why is it rainbow colors? What's with the ribs on this thing? All right, enough.
Oh, and then they look crazy, like glow in the dark and all that. You're in the dark. You got to charge it with light. So you turn the lights back.
Yeah. Hang on a second. I gotta go back in, but I gotta walk slow. Just in case of vertigo. I'm gonna do a trip in the backyard for a second too.
Carve your on the dirt.
Yeah, I got a weed eat around here. And I was ready to weed eat, and then I popped my shoulder, and it's like, oh, no way. I'm not one-handing it, so there's no way.
That's how I tore up my rotator cuff, was trying to start that damn saw.
Yeah.
I have
equipment can get you too.
One more cut and it got ornery on me, and I got ornery back and screwed up my shoulder. God almighty.
Yeah. You got to be careful when you get older, I tell you that. Thing is, the brain won't let you. You still think you're a kid.
Right.
That's the problem. That's a major problem. I think that's done on purpose.
Well, when getting up off the ground became an effort.
But I think guys still have the child brain just to thin the herd. I think it's nature's way.
I went to my structural drying and class for the restoration company, and they have a house built inside like a warehouse so they can control the environment.
Mm-hmm.
They hosed 4,000 gallons of water into this house, and then we had to dry it in that damn Texas heat and humidity. And they divvied us up into groups and gave me the group that had the crawl space. And I was like, "You got to be shitting me, right? I pay young guys to crawl around under houses."
Yeah. All right, Tin Man's coming on.
So I had 2 young guys in my group. So because Texas is OSHA 10 state, so I was the guy that manned the doorway and handed them everything. Let those young guys scroll around under the house.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nasty. The spiders and everything, depending on what state. Oh,
Well, this house is designed as a training house. So underneath it is actually concrete. But they had to get under there and they had to vacuum up all that water. First, it was, I don't know, that was the day that I sent you the text message where it was 125 degrees in the parking lot on my dash when I started the truck. We were in that warehouse and they turn the AC off whenever they do this because they want you to mimic the outside air. I was freaking dying out there. I had gotten so hot that I started that heavy panting that what you start doing right before you start heat stroking and all that. And I was like, I'm overheating. I'm I kind of called it for the day for us because we were outside doing the crawl space still, and the other guys were inside, and the AC was cranking in there. I was like, "You bastards are all in the AC."
Tin Man.
What's up, Kurt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I had to reinstall my microphone drivers for some reason. It wasn't working.
Hope that
I hate
glasses on your head. Okay.
It's not your.
Otherwise, you got a halo. And I know.
Yeah, go ahead. It's not your new power strip, is it? No. I like that they put the USB ports on them now. That's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know. I have to use these damn. Here's one
You gotta
right
use-
now on an
You got to
extension.
use the wall warts. Yeah.
Whenever we redo somebody's kitchen, we put the outlets with USB plugs.
Mhm.
Hey, Dave, we put the USB plugs wherever.
What's up,
we
Dave?
can.
Hey,
The problem is
this guy right here. I've been waiting to see this guy for a long.
Oh,
Hey, I want to tell you something, man. I'm really proud.
He's
really
been
proud.
making babies.
Well, no, I'm really proud of him because of the marksmanship skills that he's gotten ever since he started hand loading. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, at first he was all shaky and he was all over the place. And now, I mean, he's sending them right in there, man, from some of his old videos he's been putting up, the last ones that he's been putting up, man. Dude, you're getting with it, man. It's awesome.
That's easier on it's easy on a pistol rest.
Well, you're getting it though. You're getting it though. You're getting it. It's awesome. It is. It's a good feeling, man. It is.
He started off shooting like John Wayne. Now he's got a pistol.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No, really, I'm really proud of you, man. It's awesome because when you first started out, you were like, "Hey, yeah, I'm kind of wimpy behind this, and I don't know how to shoot pistol." You go out there, man, and shit. Now, man, you're like ragged hole in it, man. It's awesome. I think that's awesome.
You have a video early on where you had a misfire and you flinched.
Oh, dude, I'm a terrible flincher. I'll admit it.
I
I
don't.
can't help it.
I don't remember him whining like a bitch though. He always has a scowl when he shoots.
Yeah, whatever.
No, I love the scowl. That's why I love watching your videos. They're nice and casual. And all right, I'm going to shoot this, and then you put on that scowl, and boom, boom, boom. He's like,
Got to get serious on
You're
it,
all
man.
business.
Tin Man, if I can give you some advice, when you're squeezing the trigger, okay, just remember your reflexes are going to catch the gun. Okay, when the gun goes off and it
Right.
recoils, your reflexes are going to act faster than you are, and what you're doing is you're anticipating that recoil, and that's what's
Yep.
going to pull your shot down. So when you
See,
start
I know that, but my brain doesn't.
you got to practice. You got to practice it with every shot. You got to practice it. It's a
You
hard
just-
one to deal with, but it's.
just mix in some dummy rounds with the magazine or the revolver, and
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how.
that'll-
That's how
that'll
we
steady.
felt was somebody
Just
loaded a
remember,
revolver.
man, your reflexes are going to catch that gun, man. You don't have to.
At
Yeah.
first,
It depends. It depends on the gun too, because if it's my 357, I do a bunch of weird shit with that trigger.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I can't revolver double action worth a damn.
I can't either.
That's a hard
Single
one.
action, I'm all right, but double action, it gets me.
I got to admit one thing. Lesson does have it cornered as far as double action on the.
I've got a Smith revolver, and I still catch. The way I figure it, though, if I'm shooting double action, they're close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it right up in the belly.
Mac is here. I always love his engine dressed logo. Abrams was asking what color the. Well, wait till he gets. Okay, you done? All right, good.
Is my mic too loud? I can change it. Is that better?
You all right, Jim?
Abrams was asking what color to paint an ammo can, and Mac came on and said green. I would say nothing bright. Don't attract attention in case you need it. If you're packing it.
I leave it whatever color they come in.
Yeah, OD green or FD.
Yeah.
Two colors that I know of.
Yeah. Wow. No one here watches UFC, but Robbie Lawler's retiring. He was an animal for all these years. He's 40-something, and he knocks the guy out in the first round, and that's how he retires. He just did the Hall of Fame. That is awesome. Way to go, Robbie. Oh, warrior. All right. Sorry.
Sisters, brother-in-laws, we got to watching the old UFC stuff on YouTube. The old stuff where
that's so bad.
who was the Irish guy?
It's so bad.
Who was the Irish guy
McGregor
that fought till he couldn't see anymore? Not McGregor.
By the
No, I'm talking about the old. Had the green shorts.
I don't know.
Back in the old days before Dana White.
Oh,
Come on, Jim. You know all these folks.
I know, but I'm terrible at names. I can't visualize him, but back then they were trying to test out which martial arts. They just put a jiu-jitsu guy against a wrestler, against a judo guy, against a boxer, and they were just trying to figure out, and then it became all martial arts, and then he found out what worked, right? And they had, the UFC changed the rules. You used to be able to kick somebody in the head when they're on the ground.
Yeah, they could stomp them and they could throw elbows
They
in the
can
ground.
stomp. They can stomp you. They can hit you in the nuts. They can kick you in the nuts.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and it was like, whoa. Yeah, we got to have some decency.
Which one came first, Pride fighting or UFC?
Pride.
I think, Pride fighting.
I remember Pride and my buddies watching that. I never really got into it though.
They used to call it cage fighting there for a while, and then they called it pride fighting.
Yeah. And
Cage fighting was brutal, man. I mean, those guys, it was blood and guts. Those guys get in there and man, they would bite each other. Oh yeah. It was down and dirty street fighting, dude.
Dude, I was like 16 or 17 when that came out.
I got this theory, man. Fighting's wrong, right? Well,
not always.
If you get into a fight, fighting's wrong to begin with. So you know what? You got to fight dirty. That's all there is to it. You got to win. That's the whole thing. I mean,
I play for keeps. I play to win.
You've already, man. You've already been invited. I mean, you're not going to get out of it. So you might as well fight dirty, man. That's the bottom line.
There's no rules, and the quicker the better. Yes,
that's right. And
biting, scratching, and purple nurples.
But yeah, it's people say violence isn't the answer. Okay, why do we have an army? Why do we have an army? Why don't we just send our senators over there to talk it out? No, because we're going to say you're going to do it our way. And say no, we're not going to do blah blah blah. And it goes back and forth politically. And then we put sanctions against them. They still don't learn the lesson. And so then finally we send our guys over there. We say, you know what? We're going to grab you by the nose. We're going to kick you in the butt. We're going to keep kicking you in the butt until we go through you like shit through a goose. And that's exactly what we do. And then guess what? They listen.
I like the senators going over their idea.
Well, they do. They go over there and visit their country, and they have tea and coffee, and then they talk about politics and everything.
Briefcase full of cash.
And then they come back to Washington D.C. and they go, "Well, it didn't work, and they're such an oppressed country in the first place." And blah 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 blah.
We didn't get what we wanted, but I'm rich now.
But we give money so they can build a nuclear reactor for power research. Shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? These people hate us.
We gave Pakistan $20 million for gender studies, and then I got $1 million back from that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just happy for Robbie. He took no damage. He just got the Hall of Fame the other night, and he can retire now and not get damaged. That was awesome. He didn't even get touched.
Oh.
Usually he'll do 5 rounds just of beatings.
What do you think the media would have done had they found cocaine at the White House when Trump was there?
Oh,
They would have been going crazy. All drugs in the White House.
Can
And they're
you believe-
somebody visiting them?
can you believe what they're getting away with on a daily basis? Are you crazy? Why are we putting up with this?
They found that kid who leaked those confidential documents on Discord within like 10 minutes. I know damn well they know whose coke that is at the White House. There's security everywhere.
I don't know if Marvin was around. I know Jim was. But I remember watching the Watergate thing on TV. My dad. Everybody shut up. This is important. This is our duty to watch this. And we would watch that. And when Nixon resigned, I remembered that. He came up and he resigned. And you know what? Tricky Dick wasn't so bad.
No, I like Nixon. I like Nixon. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? He was just doing the same thing the other side was doing. And so, well, he got set up. And
Well,
they knew the CIA knew about it. There was other people in on it, and they blew the whistle on him and all that other
They
crap.
made him a
Yeah,
patsy.
trying to get out of Vietnam, and a lot of people were making a lot of money.
Oh, you goddamn right. Bell Helicopter. Boy, they were like, no way. We're making
Well, that's what
helicopters like crazy, and we're selling them for millions and millions of dollars. We want that to go on forever.
that's what happened to the Kennedys. They didn't want to get involved in Vietnam. Okay.
All a helicopter is.
What happened right after the assassination? Vietnam.
Yep.
Right after. Just like
Well, Kennedy was
Exactly.
going after the mob. Kennedy was shutting us down out in Cuba and all that. So
he had his hands.
he was
he had a lot of enemies.
I'll tell you what, Kennedy also went ahead and started the Treasury note. You can still find $5 bills that are stamped on the top. Says U.S. Treasury note, not Federal Reserve note. Okay, so he started competing with the Federal Reserve, and our tax dollars were supporting making that money, and the interest was like next to nothing. We were making our own money, and you know what? I got a feeling that had a lot to do with it too, because as soon as he got assassinated, all those presses and the places they were making that money shut down like within 2 weeks. It was done. Yeah, he was competing with somebody else's money.
They had a lot of enemies, both him and his brother. It happened. So
yeah, they did, and they got him.
About Trump all the time, because it's the same deal. A lot of enemies.
and you could paint them rainbows, and they'll never get searched.
Right. Nobody knows anything. Yeah, you never seen me here, and I was never here. As they sort of show their badge and walk away. Yep. It's messed up.
Mhm.
Well, anyway,
I don't remember. That was before my time.
Jim, I'm really happy about your shoulder not getting all screwed up. I don't want you to go through what I'm going through.
Oh, it's messed up, but it seems like it's going to be okay, which is good.
Well, if you keep screaming at a certain angle or something like that, you might want to get it X-rayed or at least going for a scan. Look at. I know.
Then they're going to find something else and make my life miserable. No.
And then you're going to end up like me, and then you're like, thanks, Dave.
You'll be under the knife. They'll go, well, we gave you your COVID vaccine while you were asleep.
Yeah. You're right. Old guys, they don't bounce back. You know, even the healing time it takes and how it drags you out and you feel tired all the time, takes a lot of energy out of you, man, to heal. It does.
Yep, sleep a bunch.
Mac, I think it was CIA and the mob helped. They used the mob. And like I said, there was a lot of enemies, and that war started, boom, as soon as Johnson got in office. That's what he wanted. So.
And another thing, too, did you hear anything? Did you hear anything out of Jackie? No, you did not. Nothing.
He's asking if you thought it was CIA back when it happened.
Yes.
Well, shit. Well,
and they used the mob, and the mob was more than happy because they took Cuba, their casinos and crap.
That was November of '63. Is that when that happened? 64.
61, wasn't it?
It was
When
right
he got shot?
before. Yeah, it was right
Was
before.
it 61?
No, 63. It was right before.
I'm thinking 63.
Yeah, 63. And in fact, that movie, Dr. Strangelove, where Slim Pickens, he's going through the whole, survival pack and everything, and he's saying one caliber of, one 45 caliber pistol, 2 boxes, 50 rounds of ammo. He goes through all the
prophylactic. Boy, sounds like a good time in Vegas.
And he says, "Shoot, a guy could have a pretty good time in Vegas with all this stuff." And you know what?
$75 a gold coin.
He actually says Houston in there, and they dubbed over it, and it said Vegas because that movie was made right after Kennedy got shot, so they took Houston out of it. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I'm on everyone listening to this. If they're curious about anything, look at and it's on YouTube. It's going to be black and white. Interview with Roger Craig, who was a policeman at the time that witnessed the one rifle they found. Okay. And was a witness to all kinds of things. He's a matter of fact guy. He got award of the year and all that. Look at his interview and then what happened to him. So Roger Craig, people, YouTube it, Roger Craig JFK, and watch his interview and what happened to him after. He
died mysteriously, didn't he? Or did he whack him? Did he ice himself?
He had attempts on his life. Okay, There were several. One was a car bomb, lived through it. Another one spit him off the road. Another one, the guy he was with jumped down and then a shot went right by his ear. And so anyway, Roger Craig, read his interview. He saw Mauser on the barrel of the rifle in the West Wing.
Wow. With
other people, and it's documented. There's also a picture of a Mauser leaving the building. A guy's holding it. All right.
Not a Carcano.
It said 765 on it. Now, I don't know if Mausers have it on the barrel because he said it was on the barrel. Usually Mausers are on the receiver, where it says caliber, and everything. Anyway, he is a straight up guy. He ended up dying Clinton style. He survived many of them. One was a crash, put him in a hospital for years. A car was in the middle of the road with these guys standing there looking at him, and he comes around a corner, boom, off the cliff. Anyway, after that, he finally died because he was a killer witness. He died from a rifle shot to the chest, suicide, Clinton style, and he owned 2 pistols. But he used a rifle to the chest like this. Yeah, right. All right, so I want everyone to look at the Roger Craig interview. You can tell just looking at him, he's telling the truth. He's got nothing to, he lost his job immediately. And then the other thing is, when brain dead. Anyway, we got Pat here.
It's okay, Jim. Pat.
I see booze.
Jim, have you watched the series Rabbit Hole?
That crown
the high dollar shop.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the good tequila.
He's looking at that gourmet shit.
100.
Something tells me he's not at Walmart.
No.
Because if that was Walmart, they would have the condoms and lube locked up in that case.
And the baby formula.
Yeah, and the razor blades.
Yeah. Don't forget all the antihistamine.
Oh no, that's all the stimulus.
They even got the rum locked up.
Oh wow.
Where's the Uncle Heen?
Admiral Nelson for $12 behind the glass.
Nelson. I laugh. My daughter drinks that. She's, I always say, hey, just get some, Bacardi. And she's like, no, I like Admiral Nelson. I said, why don't you get Captain Morgan? He says, too expensive. And after 2 or 3, they taste the same.
Twice the price and
yeah,
only a third of the taste.
Yeah, my daughter's pretty cool. She quit drinking, by the way, which is cool.
That's cool. Good for
Yeah.
her.
Okay, one more thing for the Kennedy thing that I remembered. Okay, Jack Ruby shot Oswald, right? And when he shot Oswald, do you know what Jack Ruby's first words were? Where am I? What am I doing here? Why are you grabbing me? That was Ruby's first words. Not quote for quote, but same thing. What am I doing here?
Ruby got snuffed too.
Where am I?
Yep.
What
Yeah,
does
he
that
got
tell you?
snuffed out
What
as
does
well.
that tell you?
Yeah.
Well, that's when they were carrying Oswald out of the book depository or whatever. Wasn't he sitting there screaming, "I'm a patsy, I'm a patsy"?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ruby and Oswald knew each other, and then Ruby's saying, "Where am I? What's happening?" He didn't even know, so he was in a trance. Get it?
Mm.
All right.
The thing that gets me is that the way that the media pumped that up, because the Carcino and the shot was made at amazing 78 yards and blah blah blah. Like they were so astounded the bullet would go that far. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Jim, Marvin, Tin Man, Pat, all those guys can make a shot with a pistol with that at that range.
Well,
They can
I
make
don't
that shot
think
with a pistol.
range was not
Wouldn't have hit
impressive.
nothing.
It was, racking 3 rounds in the time slot was the.
I'm going to tell you what, in the time clock with a 45 off of a pistol rest, yeah, that would definitely screw somebody's day up.
Does anyone agree that the headshot did not look like?
No, it did not look. It looked like something a little bit more powerful than what the gun.
A little speedy. Yeah, something that explodes on impact.
If you saw the bullet they recovered, it was like the bullet wasn't even that jacked up. It was bent a little bit, but
that hit him. That was the
one they pulled out of the car.
The magic.
Well, that went through the guy in the back seat and ended up in the governor or whatever.
Connolly.
They also said that the Secret Service did not have AR-15s, but there's documented evidence that they got on film that here's Secret Service guys running down the street with ARs, in their arms. So you can't really go off of what they say. You really
Trump
can't.
is at the fight. Trump is at the fight, people. Yes.
And you know what? 60 years later, you still can't.
No, it's going to be locked up forever. The evidence, everything's all locked up in Fort Knox. It's down in the
No, it's
basement.
in Biden's garage.
No one's ever going to see it. Nobody's ever going to know the truth.
It's in Biden's garage. That's where.
All right. Trump.
He's using the Kennedy documents to mop up the oil leak out of the Corvette.
The CAA is using someone else to do the dirty work, okay? But they're definitely covering everything up.
Yeah, I think everybody was involved in it. I think the Teamsters were involved. I think the CIA was in on. Dude, it was everybody. It took a lot of people to put that off and to get away with it the way they did.
But the
I'm
ones
going to tell you what.
Ones that cover everything up is,
the plumbers. They, they're quieter nowadays. Watergate hurt their game, but they still play their little games. I guarantee that. I guarantee it. You demonstrate against anybody they don't that they like, they're after you. Oh yeah, they're after you. They want to snuff you out. They want to shut you up. Yep. And in some cases, that's a good thing. But in other cases, who knows how it's being influenced and who's telling them what to do.
Up, he's up.
What's
Okay.
I said Tin Man's a Teamster. He's up.
that? No, I'm a tinner.
You're a Tin Man.
Okay, here's a little update that's nice. Trump is at this UFC fight, and he just walked in, and everyone went crazy. The last time he went to one, like 6 months ago, the crowd went absolutely nuts. USA, blah blah blah, and ESPN tried to hide it. They didn't want to show it. You had to watch it on YouTube. Now they showed it. Or they showed him coming out anyway. That was awesome.
There was a newspaper article I was reading that showed all the connections between media and politicians. Like the Clinton, what's Bill and Hillary's daughter? She married some head honcho's kid from like CNN or one of those big news networks. And it's like they're all banging each other, and it's all intertwined. It's crazy. Like who they're related to and all that. I wish I still
I'll tell
had
you
that
what, in the area that I live, down the street from my house, a couple of miles, there's a little neighborhood tavern. It's been there forever. It's called Four Corners. It used to be a store and a convenience store when I was a kid, but it's just a tavern now. And you go in there, and old Skelly, he's in there smoking his pipe, and he, that whole place in there, man, is like 2A, Trump, American flags all over the place. All this memorabilia is all over the place. You look up on the ceiling, and they've got like a life ring from the Spokane and all, the ferry, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's all these farm implements that, have been around forever that are, nailed to the ceiling and stuff. And it's just awesome. Now, every time I walk in there, I go in there and have a beer once in a while. Every time I go in there, man, it's like, man, Uncle Jim would just say, I'm home. He would say, I'm home. Okay. Yeah, that's what he say.
All of us.
Old Washington here. This is old Washington here. Yeah. It's really cool. One of these days I ought to go down there and just take some photos of it. But yeah.
Twice cookies, I'm in trouble.
What's his pipe, and he's not supposed to smoke and start in an establishment, even though he owns it, and he don't care. He says, "Let the liquor board come in here and shut me down. I'll just close. I'll just open up the next day. Sure, get out of here. I'm closing." That's what he'll tell him. I own this place. My family's owned it for years. You're not going to come in here and tell me I can't smoke. Yep.
It looks like Pat's trying to rush home.
I know. There's no rushing. This is a Hispanic part of town, and low riders go slow.
Oh, riders. Hey, Pat, do they have good Mexican food down there?
Oh, Jesus. It's better than Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's got a problem.
Yeah, so this is where the Mexicans come to get good food from Mexico. It's much better. So is Ozark still on?
I'm here, bro.
Ozark's still on. Yeah, I just had to get some short ribs.
Yeah.
Before you mentioned it, it was $5.49 a pound for Castillo de Reyes.
There you go. After 4th of July, the ribs and all that goes on sale. All the barbecue stuff goes on sale after the 4th.
Kyle is here. Hey, Kyle. He was torturing me with swimming pool videos and pictures in his backyard. Oh, you bastard. Swimming pool in the backyard. My wife's like, wouldn't you love a swimming pool here? And I'm like, I wouldn't like to take care of it back here. And the critters.
You don't have all the big trees to mess with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the winter time alone, man. Freezes open.
You'd have an ice skating rink. We could see you do like pirouettes and all that stuff.
A little spa would be nice.
A sumo figure skater.
Yeah. By the way, the Steven Seagal thing, that was a scream. That was awesome. I loved that video. That was
The
awesome.
Steven Seagal run had me laughing my ass off.
Hey, you look like Steven Seagal in that wig. And Jim went, he looked in the mirror and he I can make this work. Yeah, it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, that was good advice from people. The other one is Cousin It. I got to do Cousin It. I got a couple replies about that. Hobos and wasn't it Youth X? And Hobos was playing Cousin It. So we'll do a Cousin It skit. I just can't talk like him. Yeah.
Hey man, hey, chicks loved Cousin It, man. He had that hair, you know what I mean? That's the way it is. You got the hair, you got everything.
Yeah. My son looks like Gandalf.
We had a rigger down at work, and I swear to God, he walked hunched over and everything, and he had this long, curly, reddish, beautiful hair. And women loved that guy, but he had that Manson thing going on. I mean, he had that crazy eyeball thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Women flocked to that guy, man. I couldn't believe it.
Not to interrupt, but dude, you can type in the side chat if you're not the host now on StreamYard.
What do you mean?
I just did it.
What do you mean?
Before, if you were on the panel and you wanted to type in the side chat, you had to do it from the YouTube window. Now you can do it on StreamYard if you're not the host.
Yeah.
That's badass.
From private chat?
Hey,
No,
Tim, did you notice in you? Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say where it says comments and you can see the live chat on StreamYard. You can type there now too, so you can respond right here in StreamYard instead of going back to YouTube.
Man. Holy crap!
No shit.
That's cool. Yeah,
I just noticed that. I'm like, it says post a comment. I'm like, what do you mean? So I did it.
That's been
you came on tonight, man. There was a reason you came on tonight. This is it. It's a godsend.
You're welcome.
It is. It's awesome. Because now we can see the side chat. I mean, I couldn't see the side chat forever. You know, I didn't know what people were saying, you know?
Well, you could always see it, but you couldn't type as a guest on StreamYard. Now you can actually type and respond.
Yeah, join
where
the
it says
chat.
comments.
It says
you got private chat is just between us, but if you click on comments, you can see the live stream.
Yeah,
YouTube live.
I think that started about 10 days ago. And another thing that I heard is like on your channel and stuff, you can't block trolls anymore. They took that away. So you can't block them.
On StreamYard or on YouTube?
YouTube.
How can you not? Why can't you block trolls anymore? What?
They want mayhem, just like tearing down the stores in the streets. They want mayhem, I guess. I don't know.
You got to be able to block people in your chat.
Yeah,
what?
Tonight, go to your videos, people, and click on the right side, and you won't see block user anymore. You'll get one option.
So you can hide it, but you can't block them.
On the live here, it's still not relevant. I'm clicking on you right now, and I can put you on timeout or ban you, but that's probably because I'm the admin on a live.
Do it harder.
What's up?
Look, it came through.
I know. You can. Oh, see you, Dave.
Oh, what happened to Dave?
He must have been trying to figure something out.
He blocked himself out.
What were you going to say, Pat?
On YouTube now, in the side chat, if you've got a wrench, you can click on a name and go to account, and it'll take you to their homepage now, so you can subscribe.
Oh, cool! They finally gave us that back.
Only if you've got a wrench.
Yeah, I'm glad they gave us that back. When they took it away, it was stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Well, even though Susan Wojcicki's gone, it's still a shithole. It actually got worse when she left, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I was hoping that the Twitter thing would make things better, but I do suspect that YouTube is laying off of us a little bit on, the reloading stuff or loading mag.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any notifications lately, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I made that video and I told them, I said my load data, I showed it, I said what I was doing, and
Yeah.
nobody, not a word.
I think they're laying off a little bit right now.
Yeah,
So
they're just taking a brief hiatus. They'll be back on us before long. They'll let us post 2 or 3 and then get rid of us completely.
yeah, maybe it'll be caught you bastards in the trap. Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Anyway, hopefully they're laying off a little bit, backing down a little bit, you know.
Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Walter's
I
down
would-
here.
Yeah. I'd love
My
to
son's camping down. Sorry, guys. My son's camping down on the river. They're out of firewood. He's on his way over. He'll be here in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to jump off. Love you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Take care, Marvin. Good seeing you, man.
Okay, everybody.
Good to see you, Marvin. Have a good one.
Yeah,
See you
peace.
later.
Night, Marvin. Good to see you.
Good night.
Damn, Pat, you got to drive that far for liquor? Like,
No, this is just for $5 meat. I've got 2 supermarkets within a couple of blocks.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh yeah, he. When you guys were over here, he got all those good deals on meat from Vegas, right? Damn, you see the prices on those things? It's like, what? We're getting robbed, and it was good. That filet mignon that he made. Oh man,
That's 'cause-
Marvin-
That's because it was cut from dead hookers. So that's what
Dead hookers.
so bad.
Hey, they got to do something with it, man.
Hey, you know what, man? You know, that's one thing Seattle's known for is dead hookers, dude. I mean, you know, we are the dead hooker capital of the world. I don't know why. It's just, man, we get all these crazies up here, man. We do.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
Hey, Broke Loader, when Garden Buddy shows up again, pour a little beer in a little bowl for him and see what happens. I want to see that.
Hey, Jim, I seen your video on the 1/8 ounce slug mold. I have the 1 ounce, and I never really got any real good results with it. I just beat my head against the wall. But then I went ahead and got the Russian molds. And you know what? If there's any way I could send you some of these little dudes.
The fire
Anywhere
hydrants.
do any of those, yes. I'm going to tell you what. I'd like you to load them up with some long shot and take a few shots to them. They're amazing. They'll go through the same hole at 100 yards.
I know they're amazing, but I'm cheap. So I don't.
Like I said, I can send you some, dude.
I don't want
Hey,
that
I've
rabbit hole.
got 3 tons of lead in my garage right now.
I don't want the
It's
rabbit
not
hole.
going to hurt me at all to send you 100 of these, dude.
I don't want the rabbit hole. I like the 7/8. It's easy. I'm never going to be.
That's all you got to say.
I'll never be bench resting a shotgun. Okay, it does great hitting the slinger at 75 offhand. Fine, I'm good. Fine,
Yeah.
done.
3 tons of lead. Man, did you get on Alibaba and order that from China? I've thought about doing that.
I used to shoot bullseye, and they asked me to do a work party one time. Lendl did, so I went out to the Kitsap Club, and what we did is we took a backhoe, we went and dug out the berm, and I mean, a shaker, a motorized shaker, it would shake all the rock out and everything like that, and all that was left was lead. It sift all the sand and everything out. And then we would just load it into buckets, man, and it was like bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket, and you know I was throwing it in my truck and taking it home, and it took us probably about a week. And then I have another friend of mine who's a commercial caster, and he has a huge, I think it's 200 pounds. It'll hold up to 200 pounds of lead. We went and poured it in there. I paid for the LP gas, and we melted it all down, made ingots out of it, and it's all sitting in my garage right now. But it's all
Nice.
reclaimed. Yeah, it took a lot of work, but and not just that. I also had some more that you know I had bought. I think I had like 1,000 pounds already. Yeah, you know, but yeah, that was part of the deal. And the commercial caster guy, him and the bullseye guy, Lendl, see, they were kind of in it together. And what they would do is they take that lead, make bullets out of it, and sell it. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, reclaimed range lead is actually really good for pistol stuff.
It is. It is. It already has the tin and the antimony in it. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it at all. Period. It's
That's
just
that's all I used for like the first 4 years that I was casting bullets. Is just shit I dug out of the berm, and it was great.
And it's just like Jim does. Jim, he recycles everything. He doesn't throw anything away. I wish I had a range
Mhm.
myself the same way. I'd never have to buy lead. I wouldn't have to be interested in getting. I'm already at a point where I don't have to be interested in zinc. But
Yep.
yeah, you know, yeah, having your own range trap and all that stuff, man, that's awesome. That's, you know, you can shoot until you're sick of it. Yeah.
If you get on that Alibaba website, it's like the Chinese eBay. They'll sell you 2 tons of lead for like $1,000.
Really?
It's from China. The shipping might be like $200-300, but hell, that's
Why don't you do it?
well.
I mean, just talk to the wife and just tell her, look, I can do this once, and then I'm done.
Can you trust Alibaba?
That's kind and given the
That's-
Chinese, my credit card information is one thing, and there's another. I mean, I could order from Roto Metals. I think they give you is it 1,000
it's like-
pounds,
Yeah, it's like $1,500,
like
for-
$1,500. That's not too bad.
They deliver it on a pallet, but you have to have it shipped to a company, a shipping company.
Yep.
So-
I'll have it. I'll have it shipped to my work. We got a loading dock.
That's right. Just take the fork truck, put it in the back of the truck, take it home. Yeah,
Do
that's
you
it.
need that? You need that headache, all that weight and stuff sitting around the house. Come on now.
It wouldn't be sitting around the house. It'd be out in the shed, bro.
It is. It's a good feeling, man. When you sit there and look at all that lead, you're like, golly, man, I never have to worry about making bullets ever again.
What's crazy about lead is you look at 1,000 pounds of lead on a pallet, and it's only like 20 pig ingots. And you're like, shit, that's 1,000 pounds. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like gold.
Yeah.
mhm.
You know, the one thing I found out with my stars, you know, with the auto, you know, bullet feeders on them, I can outproduce what I shoot. And I've got buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets. I got
Uh-oh.
shoot. It's just
The warden's home. I gotta go, guys.
that's the
Oh
problem with
boy.
having a machine.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
Pat.
See you
take
soon,
care.
Pat.
I'll be back on. Gotta go.
Enjoy the meat. All right.
See you soon. What were you saying, Jim?
I don't know.
You're pointing behind you at something.
Oh no, I was saying goodbye, Pat.
No, before that. I think I said something and cut you off. Sorry.
No. You think I can remember 2 minutes ago? No.
I can't either. I can't remember what the hell you were trying to say.
No. I don't know.
Oh.
You can still get good deals on lead from people that already melted down from range scrap
Mhm.
on eBay, and you look for the best deal, whether you auction or buy it now. And it's
Dude.
probably be cheaper than Roto Metals, you know.
I missed out last year when I was on my week off. I take a week off every fall. There was a dude on the Facebook Marketplace selling range scrap, 500 pounds. He wanted $1 a pound for it, and I dicked the dog for like 3 days. Like,
Yep.
and by the time I was like, all right, I want it, it was gone.
I did the same thing. The guy had buckets, like our blue buckets, the big buckets up to your waist. He had 3 of those, and he's like 100 a pound, and they were in Lyman ingots already.
Mm.
Yeah. And they were, I think they were wheel weights. I don't know. And I instigated, and the ad went down.
Hmm.
But that's where you can find this stuff. Yeah.
You just got to keep your eye out, man. You see a deal like that, jump on it. You know.
Yeah. A family
Well,
getting rid of grandpa's.
Then there's a dude up in Wisconsin that's got like 50 pig ingots that he's selling, but it's halfway to Canada, you know, from here. So it's like, it's a long drive.
It's a trip, yeah.
You keep looking, it'll show up, because a lot of times I'm looking for something, can't find it, forget about it, come back, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
Just keep-
I'm good. I'm good for now. I don't shoot all that much, but still, just that stockpiling mentality. Just like when all the powder dried up, and if you found an 8-pound jug of powder, even if you didn't need it, you still bought it because it's just the rush.
Well, primers, yeah.
Well, that too. I haven't bought primers in years.
Powder is back.
Yeah. No, not Alliant powder, and if you can find Alliant, it's $50 a pound.
That's
Even
pretty-
dude, I saw Bullseye for $45 a pound. I'm like, dude, that's $19 powder. What in the hell?
I've got
Just
4
use
8-pound.
something else.
I got 4 8-pound cake Bullseye.
Yeah, I got an 8-pound cake of Bullseye too that I got for cheap. But I mean, I was just walking through Shields and they had a Bullseye, and I was like, dude, that's crack prices. I used to walk into the gun shop here and pay like 18, 19 bucks a pound, and that was like
All right.
2017. That was like 5 years ago.
I remember when I first started reloading, man, a pound of powder was about $6.
Damn.
Yeah, and then primers were like I think they were 35 cents a flat of 100, 35 cents.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Shit.
Well, that's back when reloading really wasn't, huge now. So now the industry has got into it. Now that we have clients and they bought all this equipment, we can just start raising their prices, and plus inflation and all that other stuff. So that catches up to it. But they're still making quite a bit of money off of components. There is no shortage of components. I'm sorry. These guys say, all the components are going to the military and blah, blah, blah. You know what? The military is a contract that says, hey, we need so many components. We need so many bullets. And those guys bid. Now, when they bid, that's all part of their deal. And so they've got the primers, they've got the powder, they've got so it's not really a shortage created by the military. The military is going to have their ammunition, and the government has to buy it. They have to buy it because it's a shelf-life item. It's a freebie for the industries. It's a freebie because it's shelf-lived.
Mm-hmm.
Every 6 years, they take all the ammunition and then they demill it. All the ammunition, they demill it or they give it away to foreign countries that are our allies, and or they use it, for practice or something like that, a certain amount. But I would say probably 70% of it is all demilled. And it's a freebie. It's something that's going to keep the industry alive forever. They make enough money off military sales to stay in business.
Pat just sent me a link to 5.7. Okay, that was they pulled the bullets, emptied the powder, and you could buy the prime shells.
Yeah,
in bulk from the military.
Yep,
it's not a bad deal. How are you on 5.7 brass? Do you still shoot that much?
Not a whole lot. It's not my easiest favorite to reload. It's not like just throwing down some 38 or 9mm. You got to be careful about that. Yeah, but light bullets. Cheap.
Are you still looking for 380 brass? Because I'm seeing that pop up like 1,200 pieces for $50 shipped. I'm seeing it pop up cheap. If you're looking for it, let me know.
I'm pretty good right now. I just found a bag from Cranky. I wish Cranky was up. A bag from Cranky of primed 380 brass he sent me.
Nice.
And I'm like, damn, why was, my bench is cluttered right now. And I'm like, I'm looking for something else. I'm like, damn, Cranky, a baggie of primed. Yeah, it's like, damn.
Christmas came early.
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember when he sent me that. I'm like, son of a bitch. Here I'm using primers and it's already in it.
Yeah.
Size, ready to go. Just flare and drop.
Yeah, every time I see 380 brass, I remember that Fuzzy sent you a big box of it and the box got destroyed.
Yes, the lead and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, freaking post office. They're the worst. They just huck stuff. You know how you were complaining about the bubble wrap from Midway?
That was not fun. No, the Eastwood. That was not funny.
I know. I was just watching someone's video when they ordered a tin sign, like a gun sign, tin sign, retro, whatever. They put it in a bubble wrap, and when he got it, it was just wrinkled and bubbled.
What the hell?
He was pissed. It was
it depends on how you send that stuff, because I sent that metal American flag sign to Charlie Irby like 4 or 5 years ago, and I packed it in just a bag like that with 2 pieces of cardboard, and I wrote all over the bag, "Do not bend, do not bend." And I'll be damned, it made it all the way to California, and it was just fine.
Yeah, but usually they're like, "Oh yeah, we're
I
gonna
know.
bend this."
Dude, I was so worried
It's
about
like
that.
It's like fragile. They're not. It just encourages some of those bastards.
Yep. Yeah, that thing was hand painted and everything. I was like, shit, I hope that makes it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. I've been lucky with the Midway big bubble wrap bags. I'm like, son of a bitch, like some Lee plastic stuff and crap. It's going to smash. I've been super lucky. Nothing damaged.
Yeah, I have been too with Midway, but yeah, that 1 pound of Ford Light Blue that I got from Eastwood, that was trickling all over my carpet and stuff. And my mother-in-law brought it in my house. Oh, I was pissed.
I know you weren't involved with the glitter bombing, but I was laughing so hard. Because I knew that's a mess. That is a mess.
Powder coat is way worse than glitter.
Oh, yeah, it's.
At least glitter's non-toxic.
I keep. I do it in the garage. I keep the containers in here, but I do it in the garage, and the containers are in a file cabinet. So yeah, you don't want to drop a cup of that on the floor.
I thought I brought my powder coat in the house. Where the hell is it?
But they should put them.
It's right here.
They should put them in the jars. You buy more of it, and they screw you with the plastic bag. That's a bunch of crap.
I'm fine with it in the plastic bag. But I want it shipped in a cardboard box. Because honestly, I'll show you. Hell, if I can get it out of here. I stuffed that plastic bag right in this little airtight container right here, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind it one bit.
Yeah.
It's got a nice rubber seal on it.
When you're trying to get to the last bit of the bag, it's a pain in the butt,
I think this bag will probably outlast me. I don't use that much powder coat. You know what I mean?
But the jars are so much nicer. You got to admit it,
And they don't keep the moisture out. I had issues with that. They got clumpy on me.
Huh.
And I put that lid on tight. Tight.
Yeah, but at least if you had a jar, you could put it in another, easier than a bag with the last bit all clinging to the. I hate that. Yeah.
Tin Man, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
My email has changed, but the only thing that has changed about it, instead of it saying 632, it's 633 now.
Okay.
So if you send me an email at that same, type it out the same, except for 632, put 633.
Okay.
And then I'll go to my email. Just put on their test or whatever.
Oh, it popped up automatically. All right.
Yeah, 633.
Anyway, so they sent you another one, and it was good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They sent me another one, and I opened that one outside just in case. And yeah, it was fine.
Did you get to salvage some from the first one?
No, I just chucked the thing in the garbage. It wasn't, dude, it was busted open bad. It was like everywhere. I'm like, nope, not even messing with that. I just threw the whole package in the garbage.
Oh, man, you could have dumped some bullets in the package, did some shake and bake.
I didn't have any at the time.
Okay. See, I'm cheap. Every teaspoon counts.
Yeah. Shit, I still had some in underneath on the bottom part of my bench that I bought when I first started reloading back in like 2017. And I think it was still okay. I mean, it's still down there, but yeah. That powder will last you a long time if you get the 1 pound bags.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like me and you only shoot like 5 times a year.
Now you do because you got kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
I don't shoot much either. I do little dinky rounds. I never practice with one gun. It's bad. There's too many guns to, it's better if you had like 4 guns and you're done.
Yeah.
Focus on those, but no, you jump around, then you jump around reloading different calibers. And I just dink around and shoot 5, 10 to test, and then I go into something else. So I never, it's bad.
Yep. That's why I want a contender.
Yeah,
One gun, 5 barrels, Dunsky.
they're fun. They're fun.
Hi, buddy.
They're fun. Someday you'll find someone's collection on consignment or something, and they got most of the barrels you want.
I had a contender. It was the first generation contender, and it came with a barrel that was. It started out life as a 44 Magnum, and somebody reclaimed it for 44 Marlin.
Oh,
That was a handful.
holy crap!
Yeah, that was a thumper. dude.
Pistol or rifle?
Pistol.
Wow, that frame
Yeah.
is nuts. That frame is not made for something like that. I don't think.
No, it's not. In fact, the guy who sold it to me says, "These are my loads. These are within the rip pressure limits." He says, "Don't go off of anything that you see for rifle."
Yeah.
So, he says these will outdo 44 Magnum, but they are not loaded to the same as rifle pressures. So don't shoot that in this gun. You'll crack the frame. You're going to stretch the frame for one thing.
I'm still waiting for SSK to make their SSK 50 frame. Patiently waiting. I'm gonna buy one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll take any caliber. It's going to be beefed up.
Well, the older contenders were kind of elegant looking in a way, and now that they have that, what is the one that they have now? It's the new frame. It's
Encore.
The-
Encore.
yeah, the Encore. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Mhm.
Well, they had to beef it up a little bit. It's it's like some handy rifle frames can't take certain calibers and some can. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check their website. Nothing new on their blog. There, let me see if I can screen share. How the hell do I do that? Present.
Yeah, I bought that back in the day when I went and shot Silhouette. I shot Silhouette for a couple of years because I screwed my knee up. And when I shot Silhouette, this guy was there, and I was talking to him, and I was talking about the contender, and the guy says, I got one for sale. The only barrel I got is this one for it, and that I'm willing to part with. And he made me a great deal on that. It's a G1 or G2, one or the other. And I bought that. It had a Silhouette trigger on it. It was nice. It was. I should have kept that frame. Just would have got different barrels for it. But another guy had the same Silhouette thing. This is down in Tacoma at Paul Bunyan. He came up to me and says, "Dave, I got this good deal." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't really shoot it here." He goes, "Yeah." He said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I don't know. Yeah, I'd say probably about a year went by. And probably went up to the guy and said, "Yeah, if you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you for the same price I paid for it." So here you go. And the guy bought it.
That's me trying to show that SSK 50. Yep. So
I don't-
SSK Firearms bought the rights to the contender or Thompson Center. I don't know who they bought it from, but Thompson Center, put a kibosh to it. SSK bought the rights, and this project's been in the works for like 3 years now. And he keeps saying, "We're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close." But I'm keeping an eye on that.
Did they make the frame stronger?
I don't know about that. I know it does take any barrel from any like the G1 barrels and G2 barrels and stuff like that. It takes all of them. It's cast stainless steel. I don't know what grade is stainless, but you can get them engraved with that Lynx head on it, or you can get them flat with no engraving, like you used to be able to do from Thompson Center. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, you need one with a unicorn on it with a rainbow in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll engrave it myself.
And wear your thing out there to the range with a little
Yeah.
faces.
That website right there is House of Arms. Let me. I don't know if you can see that logo or not. Houseofarms.com, and that's where I keep up on it. I think SSK 50 is bought. SSK used to own Lehigh Defense before they sold it to Bill Wilson at Wilson Combat.
Mm-hmm.
SSK still makes, or maybe Bill Wilson bought SSK or something. I can't remember how it went, but there's some connection there. But yeah, I keep an eye on that. About every day I check to see for updates.
Yeah, you find out if it's stronger than the G1 or the G2. You know, that might be a way that you'd want to go and build yourself a gun. Yeah, if it'll take the same grips and same form, man, why not?
Yep,
that'd be awesome.
Dude, I'd get a barrel in 45 ACP, probably 10 millimeter, 9 millimeter.
Yeah, 308, 30 Winchester. You know,
yeah, they make them all, and I think House of Arms will sell their barrels too.
Yeah. Put some match sights on there, like a hooded front sight, and then a match type rear sight that's real wide. You really see the sight really well. And I'll tell you what, you can shoot that thing 200-300 yards. Yeah.
Actually, let me find. Where are their grips at? Pistol grip sets.
Yeah, see what their frame is rated for. I doubt you're going to shoot anything monster in it anyway, are you?
No.
Yeah, just 44, whatever. Yeah,
it'd be fun.
Those grip sets they make with the little crusher loop right there that you can put your left hand in that crusher loop while you're holding it. Those are badass, man.
Yeah, but what does that cost?
That's for the
170
for the grip and two fore ends, it's 170, which ain't that bad.
Yeah, you're going to spend $95 on a pair of custom grips from Harrod.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, look at that loop, man. And you could probably shoulder that too, and the ATF can't say shit because it's a single shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of funky. I don't know.
Well, you can. I mean, that's just a color I clicked on, but you can get them in like gray and there's a blue one, walnut, coyote. They make them without that loop too. So you got
no salmon.
Yeah, that's old school right there.
No salmon.
Not that I've seen. They have red and gray. That's the closest they got. But yeah, I mean, even that's nice.
Yeah.
At the top of the pistol grip, you're going to need to get it engraved and have like I said, a unicorn and it's winking at you. It's got a rainbow in the background. That'd be awesome.
But even that right there, that pistol grip and those two forearms without that loop, that's $110 for all three of those pieces.
That's pretty good.
That's cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap, but I mean, it's reasonable, I think.
Well, yeah. When you compare prices with all the rest of the custom stock makers, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, if you're gonna, it costs what it costs. At least it's a reasonable cost if you want it, and it all depends on if you want it. That's it. But that'd be really cool. You got one like a 30-30 Winchester, you can cast bullets for it, and then like ring steel, out there at 400 yards. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun just making your own bullets and going out and shooting at 400 yards with your contender. Ringing steel at 400 yards. That'd be cool.
That would be neat. 30-30 is a cool round, especially with cast. But I mean, if I were to get the grip set, it'd be this one right here. That gray would look really cool with the stainless receiver and barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what I'm waiting on. Keep waiting, I guess.
Stop looking.
No, I've been looking for years.
Yeah. Well, the family's first.
Yeah. When the frame itself comes in stock, I don't care how broke I am, I'm getting one.
I'll tell you what, I had old, Marlin rifles, and I never thought Marlin would do, what it did as far as the old rifles are concerned. But I used to buy and sell those things all the time for like $200. Yeah. And I let a lot of nice Marlins go, and just, you can't predict the future,
Right.
But I was in the same boat as you there. That I had a family to raise, and sometimes food or bills or whatever need to be paid. Toys go away, man.
Yep.
It's the way it is. that's something the newer generation of kids don't understand. You know, they'd rather live with mom and dad and sit on the couch until they're 32 years old. You know,
No, that'd be nice, but
yeah, you're not going to grow though as a person. Actually,
Right.
you know what? I got a feeling that people that you know, you end up with a generation of people, you know, when they live at home like that, that they never really, I would say in most cases, you know, now I know that Jim's kid lives with him, but in most cases, those kids, they never have the incentive to really go out and be anything and support themselves and buy a home and raise a family and stuff. They just rather, hey, I've been living in a home. I'm 43 years old now. Why should I even try? It's
dude,
an epidemic. It's an epidemic in the United States, a mental condition after a while.
well, right now, hell, when a price is, or when a house is 400 grand, when they used to be 150, 160, you know, 5 years ago.
Yep.
Like, shit, what do you do?
Apartments aren't cheap either.
No, they're not.
I haven't looked at apartments forever. My old apartment was $425 a month. I had it cheap.
You know, Reed Real Estate came by and they were looking at houses and stuff, and they were trying to get business and that. And I was out in the yard, and this guy came up and talked to me about property management would be included and all this other stuff. But he could rent my house for $3,200 a month. Yeah, $3,200 a
Lord.
month. 2,700 square foot house here in Kitsap County, $3,200 a month. And I was like, wow. But then I'd start thinking, then I'd have to go and buy something, or then I'd have to move, or then I'd have to rent it out, or even selling it, you know, or whatever, you know. So, yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a landlord.
well, that's the whole thing with property management. You get out of that whole thing. Hey, the toilet's broke, or oh, blah blah blah. Hey, call this
Yep.
number. Those people come fix it. Yeah, I don't
Yep.
even with it. You just pay them their fee once a month.
Then they send you the bill.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't send you the bill. They take it out of the rent. You already kind of, you know, you factor in that into the and that builds up in an account. But there's some really big breaks, and you know, covered.
Good night, Abrams. Have a good one.
Night,
Yeah.
Abrams.
Tin Man. Okay, you're a welder. My
Yep.
son has a TIG that's also a stick weld. It does stick welding also, right?
Yeah. Is the TIG AC or DC or both?
I think it's both. I'm not sure.
Will it do stainless and aluminum both?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it's AC DC.
Okay. So he had, you know, the cheap Chinese tips. You know what I
Tips,
mean?
for-
The handle, the gun. You know.
Oh, torch, yeah.
Torch tips.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, they don't have tips; they have tungstens. But okay, yeah.
Anyway, so his thing was crapping and stuff. So we bought this. I forget the brand now. We bought this one, upgraded a little bit, and it totally swivels all the way around.
Those are nice.
He's got the line that's totally flexible. I mean, it's nothing. It's like,
Yep.
And so he's been playing with this. He just got it. Let me do. Good night, M1. He's been playing with this, and he's making a grinder for the. That looks hideous on here. I got bad lighting.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't look too bad.
Anyway, it looks better in person. It's coin. You can't tell.
Yep.
It looks lumpy on here. Why in the hell? Anyway, so he is in love with that and a few dollars more stuff. So
He'll get better at it. He'll get better at laying his pancakes down as he goes around.
Well, that and those flex heads will make it so that you can find a comfortable position for your hand to steady it, and then to get the angles you
can
need
even
to
do
as
like-
you work your way around. Right.
you can even do exhaust with a mirror upside down and crap.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we don't have flex heads at work. We use just regular Hela weld torches. But yeah, they flex a little bit, but they're not supposed to because they have coolant lines going up into them, copper coolant lines, so you really can't bend them.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, those flex torches are sweet.
Yeah, the cheap Chinese that come with these, you know, they're crap.
Mhm.
And
What's
now
cool
this-
is when you get a glass cup, a glass cup, like a Pyrex cup that you can see through. That's really neat.
Wow. Now, this is just for the average guy in the garage that's not spending $1,000, okay?
Yeah.
And it works great. So he's making a grinder for the neighbor, and everything is hand fabbed. You know, this whole thing is hand fabricated.
Mhm.
And
Oh, yeah.
he's
It's
loving
nice.
it. He's getting used to it, but he's loving it right now. What do you call it when you lay down the rod and just go over that also? He's been doing that and different
Mhm.
techniques.
Yep. Laying the rod.
Yeah, he laid the rod, and he can make that look good too. So
Hell yeah. Walk the
It's
cup
like-
right over it.
He's not building stuff that's going to go to the moon. You know.
yeah, but this grinder is going to last till the grandchildren of the
Yeah.
neighbor. Yeah.
Yeah, more than enough.
Oh yeah, this is for sharpening knives, and he actually made a really cool 3-way thing where you can do 3 different wheels at once. He made it a lot better than his. So, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Well, as you know, I've been involved with shipbuilding. Our welders have to go inside these small tanks and stuff, you know, and they got to go in there with mirrors. They got to lay on their back, and they might only be, you know, like looking up at something like that close to them, and they got to sit there upside down with a mirror and try to weld stuff in. And some of them guys are really talented. I mean, they're worth their weight in gold. You bet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for them, actually. I said, man, I wouldn't want that job. Yeah.
It's fulfilling though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to do it in confined spaces. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you got to do.
It's no fun, but like I said, when you're in a spot like that and you throw it down and you impress yourself, I mean, yeah, it feels good. It's fulfilling.
Yeah, you do. You feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go back to this. He told her to buy some corn. Why not? You got canned corn. Deal with it. Jolly Green Giant, whatever.
Are you braided?
Jim, you need to take a box of Jiffy corn bread or corn muffin mix and shoot it.
Well, I should have kept the rat trap stuff because that.
Well, that seems to be a big joke on some other channels about, you know, cornbread, people making cornbread out of that. And you got to just do that. Just take a box of that stuff and blow it up. Now, that's what I call a cat. Look at that.
Yeah, I got Leon right here too. Look at the face on Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a shaving. He's a poodle again.
Wow.
Yeah, he's getting a little long. All right, he's about over it.
Yep, he's done. Just I want down. Do you have to brush him out?
He's still a little skittish in the basement. He's usually not down here, so he's kind of scared of every little noise.
Really?
Brush him out?
What's that?
You have to brush him out?
His tail mainly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, one of the best dogs I ever had was a Yorkshire Terrier, and the only thing I hated about her was the hair. Man, the hair was terrible. It was a daily job just brushing her out. Finally, I just said, "The hell with this." I took her down to, you know, the poodle parlor, and just had it all just, you know, cut off. And I think she actually liked it because she didn't have all the hair on her.
That's exactly the same story we had with Walter because he kept getting mats in his armpits where he would walk. So he'd get all matted up. And we just started, initially we just got his stomach shaved. And then we realized he was laying on his back all the time when his stomach was shaved because he was hot. So I said, hell, just get him all the way shaved down. And he's happier.
Yep. They're cooler and they seem to survive better that way.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that heat. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, man. Having a cat lay down on your feet while you're sleeping, your feet just start sweating, you know. Oh, my God. How much heat a cat will put out? Holy crap. And they're a nuclear reactor, man.
Yep.
Okay, Pat corrected me. He screwed up, and she wanted grilled corn. So.
Yep. Sweet corn season is just kicking off.
My only advice is grab some canned corn and foil and poof.
I'll tell you what, canned corn, pour the, take a can of corn and pour the juice off of it, and then put it in a frying pan with some butter, and then just saute it. It turns out sweet. Fried corn is good. It really is. Really brings the sugar out in it, man. It's really good. Fried corn.
Leon was just down here. He tried to jump on the mantle in the basement here with all the pottery and crap. Are you nuts? He's still trying to get up on something. What is he? I don't know. He's got a hair up there. What are you doing?
Walter's over by the prison shitter right now.
By the way, when I was talking about this tavern that's like a couple miles down the road, they have a cat. His name's Willie, and he looks just like he doesn't look just like him, but he reminds me a lot of Leon. And he comes in and out of there, and he wants his food and everything, and they feed him and all that. He's set up pretty good. But yeah, he comes in and out of the tavern, and he finds a place and he sits down. They got a little cat house thing for him. And yeah, so he's living a good life. Yeah,
It's
Willie.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he comes in the back door. He'll wait over by the sliding glass door, where somebody will go over there and open it, let him out. The only problem is that, man, he isn't cut, and he's exactly the way you say he is, man. What you were saying about Leon, he goes out and gets his butt kicked all the time. He comes back in, and he's fighting with raccoons and everything else. He comes back just all tore up, and so the owner takes him to the vet, and gets him fixed up, and as soon as he starts feeling better, he'll go right back out there and do it again, get his butt handed to him. Yeah. So I was like, man, get this cat fixed. You get him fixed for his own good. He likes fighting too much.
I know what Leon's doing. He's waiting for me to have a smoke in the garage, and he's going to sneak out and go, poof.
Well, that's what I'm going to do.
All night.
Nice.
Then I can't get him in the house. He's going to stay up all night, and then we're going to have to call and call and call. So
Yeah.
I know your game, Leon. I know he's trying that right now.
Yep. He's going to wait for somebody to open the door, then he's going to scat out. Yep.
So anyway, doesn't look like Pat's going to make it. He's cooking. We should just cut her off and do next week, maybe midweek sometime. I got a full month.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bounce out then, Jim. So I'll see you guys later. And hey, it was good seeing you, Tin Man. Hang in there, man.
Yeah, you too, Dave.
All right. See you later, man.
Okay,
All
take
right,
care,
take it
Dave. What haven't we caught up with you on?
Hasn't been a whole lot going on. Shit, I've been working
You hurt
about
your
every
back.
Saturday.
Yeah, you hurt your back, so now that's okay, right?
Yep, I went back to work full time June 1st.
Okay, but you did sneak out to the range while you were injured, right?
Well, of course.
And no one at work sees your videos, right?
I don't think I put any videos up while I was off. Did I?
My favorite is the guy that's suing and claiming hundreds of thousands of dollars for a hurt back he got at work or something. And then they catch him in the front yard shaking the tree to get the apples to fall. And he's just viciously. That's my favorite caught on camera. Busted.
Yep.
That was so good. And the guy was going for it too.
Mhm.
So your back's good.
Yeah, I jumped in with both feet after I went back to work. I think I had that first Saturday that I went back. I had that Saturday off, and then ever since then I've been working every one of them.
Did it get straightened out, or is it still kind of crooked down there?
I was told he was impressed by how quickly it healed. So
Nice.
as far as I know, I still get stiff in the mornings, but maybe that's just me getting old. I don't know. But yeah, it feels a lot better. My feet were jacked up too, and I had to get those orthotics or whatever, the things that fix your arch, because my feet were super flat. And those took some getting used to. They hurt the first few days, you wear them.
Mm-hmm.
But right now I'm good.
All right.
Good enough to work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Shit, 2 weeks ago I got 56 hours. Last week I got 49. This week I had the 4th off, so I got 41 hours, even with the day off. I mean, yeah, it's been hitting hard.
It's money, but you'll burn out sooner or later.
Yeah, it's playing catch up from when I was laid up is the shitty part, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there. It'll be all right.
All right. How's the family doing?
Good. Jordan, it's her first week. Actually, it's been longer than a week now, where she's been in her regular, you know, like little kid bed that she can actually get out of, and that's interesting. She always likes to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and open her door and scream at us to wake us up. And she used to sleep till like 8:30 every morning, but hopefully she goes back to doing that. Other than that, yeah, everybody's good. Just busier now. I haven't been on here in like 3 weeks.
I know the hours are off because if I cut out in 2 hour short chat, then you're free, you know, after about 2 hours. So it doesn't work out. And then Cranky's going to bed early.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Preacher forever.
I was just talking to him. He's busier than hell. He's getting ready to go all over the place, and he'll only be home like one day out of the next, you know, couple weeks. He's traveling, doing his thing.
Okay. Julio is remodeling
again.
Yeah, he's doing another section. I think he just finished that, and he's going to wait till next year to get some more punishment. You know, on the body. Yeah.
Yeah, it never ends.
Nope. I got a lot of remodeling to do, but I don't know if I got it in me. So I'm just sick of it. Done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Really sucks. I don't know what it's like to just work and relax. But, you know, well, between the remodels and when the remodels are done, like when I finished the kid's bedroom, had another kid. So that was, you know,
starting over again.
Yep, nonstop, man.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good thing.
Do they get along?
Kinda. Jordan doesn't like to share, and I've seen Mila get pushed by her face, you know, away from stuff and all, you know. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh no!
But they're both little, so.
Well, that's siblings. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna grow up fast. Pretty soon they're in high school, and you're like, "Who are you going out with tonight?" type deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's
well, shit. Jordan will be 3 in a couple months. It's nuts. But I did manage to get time to rewire that bullet feeder and fix some stuff on that. That was a couple-day project.
Yeah, I saw that. Pat is still listening. Pat's schedule is messed up with this schedule too, because this is when he goes out and gets food and doesn't come on till late. When we do 8-hour chats, it works out because you got people coming and going all the time. So, wow.
But that's so all that wiring, you know, it's nice and tidy, going right to where it needs to go, and that's it. There used to be like 6 wires coming up from a power supply on my bench, and I made it so it was only that one, you know, that one plug right there at the bottom. So it's just one wire going to it from the outlet, and then the rest of it is all tucked in the wire looms.
Was that a fuse underneath where the wires went into the box?
No, it's just a square hole they went through, but that plug is where the 12-volt power plugs into, like your laptop.
Oh, okay, that's what I was wondering, if it's a fuse. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know if I can do it like that. Yep. So that's where it gets the power, and then I got a inline switch on that.
Careful.
It just runs over to the power strip.
Careful, we're on YouTube, and I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about everything goes wrong when we're live.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cleaned up quite a bit of room because, like I said, I had like a 3D printer power supply that I used to run it off of, a big one, and I had just pain in the ass to move around. So, yeah, that worked out. Other than that, I ain't been doing nothing.
Well, you're busy, so
Oh yeah.
you should
Soon.
just chill, enjoy the family, watch some TV at nights.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's gonna catch up to you.
Yep. So I need to. Soon, I'm gonna be picking up a new stereo for my car. I've been trying to put a radio in my car for like 2-3 years now, and other shit just is more important. And because I want a backup camera because I got an SUV and I never know how close I am to cars in the parking lot when I back into a parking spot at work.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward. Yeah, it's going to be a good time running that cable from the back hatch all the way up to the dash. It's going to be fun. But I would make a video on that, but it'd probably just be 8 hours of me cussing.
Son of a bitch. Wait till wintertime where icicle juice can go down your ears.
No. I don't work on cars in the wintertime unless I have to, like I did in February when I rebuilt my whole front end of my driveway in February.
Mm-hmm. And right now it's too hot to work on cars for me anyway. It's just too hot.
Dude, today was gorgeous here. It was like 78, no humidity. It was breezy. It was awesome here today. And I spent it all day welding. But at least it wasn't hot in the shop, so.
Let's see what we got. 91, 91, 91, 93, 91, 89, 91.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but at night it's 48, 55, 53, 51.
See, that's a good swing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beauty
Just
of the mountains.
start being a third shifter.
Yeah, it's a beauty of the mountains. So we either get the cold or we get the heat.
Yeah.
I like fall. I like spring. I don't like heat.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Where the hell is my weather app? Oh, I got a new phone too. I don't know how the hell to navigate around this thing.
Oh, yeah. There's plenty of videos on it. How to get used to whatever phone you have.
I mean, I'm getting used to it. I just forget where everything's at. Let's see. We got
your weather should be on the front page. Or on
I put on the second page. It's 80, 82, 87, 88. This past week was all pretty cool. It was really nice this past week.
So you're a lot cooler. Yeah.
At night, though, we're still in, mid 60s.
What I should be doing, cleaning brass, wet tumbling, dries right in the sun, just like now in a fan. And I can get all that done, but now I hurt my shoulder. I can't do that now. At least a week.
How's that doing?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's getting better, so I don't have to have it looked at, I don't think.
Well, that's good.
It just keeps me from weed eating and tumbling brass and
right.
what I wanted to do and get done.
Yeah, I know the feeling being laid up and not being able to do anything.
Let's see. Pat saying 12-volt never killed anybody.
The fire after the short.
Oh, what happened to my mouse here? It screwed up the replies. Okay. And I think this is his weather. All right.
Even Pat's not that hot for out in Cali.
Yeah, I'm warmer than you are right now. I'm averaging 91. But at least we have the breeze up here, and at night, as long as it's not, I think next month or so it'll get stagnant and just hot, no breeze. Then I'm gonna be pissed at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go down like in the town, is it warmer at night down in town, or is it about the same?
It's probably the same. I mean, it's not that much. Both are at higher elevation, so I'm sure they get wind coming through the valley.
Right.
Yeah. And when it snows, there's less down there. So I don't know. Oh. Anyway, why don't we cut her down? And we'll do next week, hopefully.
Yep.
Or
I think,
midweek sometime, maybe. I don't know.
let's see, next week. I'll probably be working the next 3 months of Saturdays.
Oof.
Yeah, when we get busy, we stay busy for a while. Probably work Saturdays up until October. Well, my boss told me we'll be working Saturdays until March next year, but I don't know about that. I know I sure as hell won't be. I don't do every Saturday like that. I usually take one a month off. They're not mandatory. But yeah, it's not a bad thing to be busy.
What does this mean? I got a flan.
I forget what flan. Flan is a, damn it, what is that? It's a dessert.
Oh, okay.
Flan, damn it. I know what it is and how to pronounce it, but I forget like what actually it is.
All is forgiven.
Pat, what is a flan?
Anyway, there's other things you can do also, Pat. I'm not saying a word. Okay, I won't do any gestures. No, bad. We better get off of here.
Was that V for vacuum? What was that?
Yeah. Victor Peace. Yeah. Anyway.
Custard and caramel sauce. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good night, Pat, and enjoy dinner. And I'm glad you're off the hook. And everyone in the side chat that's still here, I think there's only 8 left. Thanks for being on here, everyone watching the reruns. Mostly we get reruns. And good to see you again, Tin Man.
You too, man. Been a while.
Floyd Hicks was lurking this whole time. Good night, Floyd. Lurker. Good to see you, Floyd. All right. So good night, everybody. And last words. I'm clicking her.
Stay busy. Stay cool. Hey, there's Mig.
Stay cool. Meg's here lurking. All right. Good night, Meg. You got to come on sometime just for the hell of it. Come on. I know. Uncle Jim's an ass. All right. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Until next time.
Everybody.